There we go. Wrong one. Hey, there we go. I hit the wrong one first. But we're here.
Yeah.
Actually, like
we're
on
actually-
time, kind of vaguely.
Yeah, we're almost on time.
A couple
Surprisingly.
minutes.
It'll be like
Yeah.
that sometime.
So welcome back to another lovely Monday night on the Renakai 5 D&D Elyssia stream. Yay!
Woo.
The only D&D stream recommended by the CDC for your health benefit.
I don't know.
So
We can legally
Hear
say
that.
that, but
I can legally say whatever I want. I'm a con man.
okay.
Wow.
We'll just admit it to the world.
Yeah.
All right. Confession live.
Confession live. When you see me on a documentary in 14 years. All
Oh,
about this
man
stream.
scammed his entire D&D group.
Put up this front. We were playing
He
D&D
built
for like
their-
3 years. We never knew it was happening.
Yeah,
He duped-
4
he
years. 4
duped-
years. The campaign ended with rocks fall, everyone dies, and we were all completely shocked by the whole thing.
Not
He duped
before.
one of our viewers.
Yep,
Wow.
all one.
And not before the DM, after 4 years of friendship, asked everyone to pitch in $10,000 for the ultimate Tiamat figurine.
I know. I was having it 3D printed and professionally painted, and it was being like blessed by the Pope himself. I mean, all this stuff was happening with that Tiamat figure.
Signed by Gary Gygax himself.
Yeah, the departed, rest in peace, Gary Gygax, going back in time.
Signed like the man in myth and legend, Mark Sinclair himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now I'm interested because I don't know a lot about first edition D&D. So if someone is actually watching that is more familiar with earlier editions of D&D than I think any of us are, was
I don't know.
Tiamat a legitimate entity in first edition where Gary Gygax would have been like really hands-on, or even I guess second edition too, like real in the weeds kind of thing with that? Now I'm interested.
I don't know.
I have to look that up.
Yeah.
You've intrigued me. This is super off topic. I read a D&D like history book called Of Dice and Men, and it's all about
I heard
like-
it's pretty good.
it was all right. It's all about like how D&D
Oh.
started, and really about not just how it started, but like kind of how it's influenced people, how it was influenced off of like tabletop like wargaming, like
Yes.
not necessarily Warhammer, but like games like Warhammer. You know,
Games that turned
one of the
into
chapters,
Warhammer.
the author goes to like a wargaming convention. He's like, it's a bunch of like guys in their like late 40s reenacting like the French Revolution fights or whatever,
It's really
you know,
interesting
or
stuff.
like World War II battles. And he participated in one and was killed in like turn 2 or 3 or whatever because these guys just like pincer moved him like they did in real life. Just completely like crazy stuff.
It's really cool.
But yeah, I recommend it. It was an interesting book. I think the author got a little bogged down with like his own gaming group and like why they were important to him. When I'm like, I just care about the D&D history part. But you know, it's like 300 pages. It's a pretty light and breezy read. And I mean, I hate to say it, I don't think there's really a lot of juicy details about the creation of D&D. It was basically a bunch of like 40-year-old board gaming geeks in a basement being like, we can fucking do this, and then they did it.
So to answer,
To answer your
I looked up
pulled it up.
Tiamat as well.
Right.
The first appearance of Tiamat's from Greyhawk in 1975, created by Gary Gygax and Rob
That is
Kuntz.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. So we.
I don't know
will go back in
specifically what
time.
edition 1975 is, but
But she was.
I'd assume it's first because that sounds old.
It's the first
Yeah.
supplement to the game, and it
Oh,
said
wow.
that she was known as the Dragon Queen rather than
Okay.
Tiamat. She wasn't named, but
Yeah. So 1975. So D&D released in like a white box, and it was like basic D&D. Like this was their first like run of it, and then later on they published what was called Advanced
Advanced was the
D&D,
second, yep.
which was that wasn't even second edition.
Oh.
There was just Advanced D&D first edition.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
That was more classes. Like the rules had been updated, but they sold both of them. So you could buy base D&D that was like 4 or 5 classes. Like it'd be kind of like with 5th edition if you just downloaded the basic rules and played with that for a year. And then Advanced D&D was the charts and tables and all the really intense stuff. So ironically, the base D&D set was the more popular of the two of them, if I remember right. So there you go. There's your D&D history lesson.
Let's
If you
go.
want to read more, go read Dice and Men. Give me money, whoever published that book.
Penguin Publishing.
It probably was Penguin. They published like
They publish
everything,
everything.
except manga. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's session
Yeah.
after that completely dumb, ridiculous tirade. Also, I don't know if we're actually like on our little screens yet, but because I don't have
We're
the
not.
stream up, Okay, I never
I can
do.
transition to it though.
You do whatever you want there,
Oh, okay.
Mr. Streamer. But no Nerdy tonight. Well,
Yes.
possibly no Nerdy tonight. He has a show. So if you're at his show and
VOD.
you're not watching us, good on you. You can catch the VOD on Renakai 5's YouTube channel, where
VOD
all of
channel.
the Elyssia stream videos are, all 41 episodes once this one's included,
Yep.
and any other videos that Renakai 5 does. So
All my other stream
There you go.
videos. pretty
Plug
much.
it.
Yeah.
plug it. Check it out.
Click the
Exclamation
bell,
point
hit
VODs
subscribe.
in the chat. That'll pull that up. Exclamation point VODs. That's the command.
Yep. So he might come at some point, join
don't
us at
know.
some point, but if not, he will be missed, and we will continue on through Yan. Which, speaking of which, I will recap last week's session as the party dropped into Yan for the first time, which is this kind of like mountainous hellscape with constant rain and lightning strikes. These huge lightning rods that absorb the electrical energy from the lightning strikes and then seemingly send it to this huge castle that's off in the distance where you assume that Endelin Moongrave is residing. Very quickly upon landing down, you guys were introduced to two new NPCs. They are Dandelion, the
Dandelion.
Dandelion warrior, though technically he does not like being referred to as a dandelion. That is kind of his people's thing. You don't encroach on that area. And Gleam,
Gleam.
the elf lady. She's wearing a crescent moon mask, and her sister is currently imprisoned. Glimmer is currently imprisoned within this castle that Endelin kind of is controlling. So party learns Dandelion kind of rescued Gleam and is escaping with her. Upon meeting the party, Gleam is very quickly like, hey, we need to go save my sister, which the party's, hey, we're going to go kill the hag. Why not? We'll go do that kind of thing. Party also learns that Endelin Moongrave cannot be killed. She is invulnerable, supposedly. So they have to figure out something to deal with that. Which, thanks to a lucky dice roll, they very quickly did as they came across a procession of hoblings that were headed towards the castle to perform, since it seems to be a big theater, and they explained to the party that the tale holds Endelin Moongrave can only be killed during an eclipse. Well, you have one elf lady with a moon mask, and there's another elf lady imprisoned right now who has a sun mask. So you might have your way to kill, your hag at this point. So after that,
Diffused in some way.
the party
fusion,
very
huh?
quickly decided to turn around after they were going to go and
Are we
speak
next to each
with.
other?
They're gonna fusion dance.
We're not. No, it doesn't even work on the stream layout. But
Nope.
we
I
are
was curious
far
because
apart.
both of you are right next to each
Yeah.
other, Brendan and Eric. So you were both just facing the same way with it. So I was like,
Oh,
what are you
were
guys
we
trying to
really?
do?
Oh,
That's like, on my screen. We were facing each other. We were
Yeah.
connecting.
yeah. For
Well,
me,
there,
we
that's
were
all
too.
that matters. That
That's
you're
right.
facing
That's
each other.
right.
Oh yeah,
That's
because
right.
ours are reversed for us. That's why. Yeah.
That's right.
That's hilarious. So the party decided to head towards the castle, ignoring the mine they were going to, where these things called the Brignocks were living. They're in this like civil war with another group, and the party was going to deal with that. But upon finding out Endelin's weakness, they were like, "We don't need to do that." So they headed off. Darian finally decided to eat Cappy. Cappy
Yeah.
finally ripened. It was Darian's time to feast. He
Great.
began eating him. Cappy very quickly realized that this is not the ascension to nirvana that he anticipated it being. It's a terribly horrible, painful way to die as he's being eaten alive by a much larger figure than him. And Dr. Jamie Lee Watts decided he was going to save Cappy, stole him from Darian, and ran away. Darian went into a blind fit of rage and bit Jamie. Took pretty much the entire strength of the party to pin Darian back down. And Jamie was like, I'm not going to let you eat this mushroom. And the mushroom was kind of like, let me die. So he gave him back to Darian, and Darian finished the meal to satiate his fey hunger. And Cappy, our lovely little campstree that's been with us for like 3 sessions, was no more. But oh Lord, does it seem like he was with us much longer.
Yeah.
Hey man, Squirt.
Yep.
Yep,
Oh,
hey man,
Squirt.
yeah, Squirt
Squirt
was
here
like
for two sessions.
episodes.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah,
it felt
Squirt
like
feels like
it
he
was here forever.
Day one. He was a day one NPC that's been with you this whole
Ugh.
time.
Ride or
So
die.
you guys continued to head north, and you found this little puppet show cart, played a little puppet show for you that like depicted everything that had happened in the other for everyone, and then gave you tickets to get into Endlin Moongrave's castle, Motherhorn, and that was pretty much it. Oh, also we learned that Dandelion does not make love, he fucks, and he drinks Sunny D. So if you missed last week's episode, those were the very most important plot points. Was that
Yes.
So
he-
also, Jamie very snidely called Darian a junkie. I do
Yes.
remember that
I
as
did not.
happening
I
as
don't
well.
remember that, but I believe that happened.
Because Darian said something like he apologized for biting him, and he goes, "I don't care about the opinions of junkies" or something like
Yes.
that, and
Ooh.
like walked away. So
Burn.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me get the music going, and we will go ahead and get started with tonight's session. Sorry, this is taking me a second longer than anticipated because my computer is moving a little slow today.
It is
Last week was plagued
A-okay.
with technical difficulties. Hopefully, this week will not be plagued by technical difficulties.
new
Well,
bard,
you never
who
know.
dis?
Who dis? All right. So, you guys have witnessed this puppet show. You've obtained your tickets. The to be continued arrow shot out from the side of the stage show. The JoJo music's played because the meme will be referenced again.
Yes.
And after that happened, the cart immediately closes up shop and begins to trot away with its invisible horse.
That was odd.
That was something.
Everybody
Say
got a ticket.
convenient.
I-
Yes.
I have mine.
Did Dandelion and
Gleam?
Gleam get their tickets?
One who was with you received a ticket, so that includes
Right.
Joel, Dandelion, and Gleam.
Great.
Wonderful. So we will have tickets to a wonderful show.
Yes.
Technically, the ticket is to enter Motherhorn, not necessarily a show.
Yeah, well, there's a show there, and there will be a show.
All the legalese is on the back. If you
Yes.
flip it over and read it, there's a bunch of information about, what it's
Not to
worth.
be used
and
as legal tender.
exactly, only one per
Not for
customer. that kind of stuff.
resale.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get one spaghetti, one entree.
Yeah. Yep.
Dessert is not complimentary. You have to buy
Yeah,
that
not even.
yourself.
All
Parties of
add-ons.
6 or more will be issued a 20% gratuity, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Rain delay.
All the fun stuff.
Rain delay. There's rain. You can trade your ticket in for a ticket for a later date.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Jan is just constantly in the state of thunderstorm, so
It's just
there's probably like a
expected.
sun delay more than anything else. Because they like their oppressive, dark
Oh.
atmosphere here, not
Yes.
sunny, fun sunshine.
It's happy and sunny and fun outside and warm. You can exchange your ticket for another day for when it's dark and dreary and you don't want to
Yep.
be here.
Yeah.
We're missing the atmosphere.
I guess before we go traipsing up to this place, we've kind of taken the word of a dead ancestral resurrection ritual of a mariachi band member to say that we needed an eclipse to damage this hag. Gleam, we're going on a hunch here that you and your sister are kind of the key to this, but like, do you have any? I think I asked her this before. Like, does she have any clue as to like why she's significant or why she's important?
Honestly, don't know. My sister and I, we used to work at the Witchlight Carnival, trapeze artists, things like that. And this little girl in a pig's mask talked to us and ended up convincing us to enter the Hall of Illusions. We entered in and were very quickly abducted by Endlin Moongrave, and both of us were locked in cells in the same prison, but opposite of each other, and they had 2 guards on us, both. So I guess 4 guards together to make sure that we couldn't break out. If it wasn't for Dandelion slaying 2 of the guards, I don't think we would have ever escaped.
So was the mask whole ordeal just part of your act, your trapeze
Yes,
act?
it was just something that we did. I mean, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, they said, do something fun or interesting for your act. Have a costume, have a personality. So, well, my sister's always been very bubbly and fun, and I've always been a little more reserved. So we thought kind of sun and moon sort of thing, and went with that.
Not a bad choice, actually.
Alright. Well, clearly, Edelyn thinks you're important. So, not that that's kind of wrong. Sorry, not that I don't think you're important, but specifically for reasonings of injuring her. She clearly kept you guys apart and under lock and key for a reason. So, or I guess that's what we're gonna assume.
It's the only thing I can assume as well. We were always confused by the whole thing. And when we would ask the guards to talk to her to see why we were imprisoned, we were always told that, she refused to see us, that Endelyn didn't have time to talk to us.
Well, we'll make her have the time.
Yep. We can free up her schedule.
I like it. After what I've seen she's done to this land and to a lot of other people, I'd like to see her get hers, if you know what I mean.
I do, in fact. That's kind of our specialty.
We have our way with it. She'll be canceling all of her future shows and appointments.
Now, Dandelion might just be a simple Dandelion. But Dandelion believes that canceling her just kind of seems like a bit of a waste of time. Dandelion would prefer to stab her in the throat with his blade
Yeah.
and just
yes.
end the entire thing, if you know what I'm talking.
Yes, though it's a metaphor. That's what I was
Dandelion
saying.
does not do metaphors.
I can tell.
Dandelion.
Ifs, ands, or buts. Only absolutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Which isn't an absolute in itself.
Okay. So we won't no being coy or fun with words. Okay, understandable.
Where
Not
I
while
come
Dandelion's
from,
around.
people who coy or dance around with their words, they just ain't right. They're like a scarecrow out in the field, scaring crows, but not really there.
The
Wise words.
is
Scarecrows are really
That's-
there, and they
that's
actually
what
fulfill
their
the entire
purpose is.
reason.
All
They
right.
actually fulfill the
Arthur?
whole job they're
Arthur?
trying to do.
Arthur?
No, I think Dandelions going
No,
somewhere
no.
with this.
So-
I think
He just told us he struggles with metaphors. And then he creates a metaphor and it doesn't make any sense. That's very on point. That makes perfect sense that he wouldn't understand how to structure one.
Dan the Dillion man, I think you need to lead us because we're about to get lost here. You got into Edelyn Moongraves before, clearly.
I did.
Here.
I did. I climbed up the side of the mountain using this here rapier and this here dagger. And I worked my way on up there and fought my way through like 3 guys to get to the cells. I was actually a little disappointed. I was expecting quite a bit more in terms of like defenses and stuff like that in the castle. But there is a front door I eventually learned that I could go through, which because we have these tickets, I believe we should just be able to waltz right on in without really any issue. If I would have known that, I would have issued myself a ticket or found a way to get one, but I was in the moment at the time, and I was feeling a bit big for my pedals, and decided to climb my way on up into the castle like
Hubris
a
gets the
real
best
man.
of all of
Yes,
us,
yes.
Dillion. It's
It
okay.
really does.
So, at what point should we talk about the moon with the ticket? Because
Are you talking about me?
yes, I have a strange suspicion that they will not appreciate you coming back in.
I can imagine that too.
Given they had you locked up and all of a sudden you're missing and then you walk in the front door. That's not a good look.
Let them try and stop us. I imagine we get through the front door and we begin to move. I'm not just gonna traipse and walk through this place. I figured we'd run to
I'd
the cells.
more so posing what if they won't let us through the front door?
I mean, Dandelion is probably a pretty recognizable fellow, and the man did come in here and slay a bunch of guards, so
That's also true.
I slayed 3 guards. I would not qualify that as a bunch.
I
Right. So
mean,
you kind of
a
answered your own
bushel-
question there, Sentinel. I propose if they do not allow us in, that we scarecrow them. Right, Dan?
Exactly my thoughts.
That's what we're gonna call it? Okay. Understandable.
We make useless
Ornaments.
items out of them. Scarecrows.
Exactly. Scarecrows are the bane of a human's existence. They're there to scare crows and nothing else, but they're a bane on the entire existence of society.
Wow.
They are the butthole of society.
Well,
I do not know what scarecrows have done to you, Dandelion, but I like
I'll
it.
tell you what scarecrows have done. They have scared
Yep.
crows, and those crows didn't
Well.
do anyone any harm.
I'm sure Mr. Strawbeard would really appreciate these words.
I do not know who you speak of.
You wouldn't want to meet him.
I see.
He's a scarecrow.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
best.
Yes.
The best of the scarecrows.
If
He
I
actually
were
was
to meet him, I
useful
would-
beyond scaring crows.
He actually was very informative.
That is probably an incorrect statement, and you were just confused by his trickery and black magic.
Well, both
He
of those are not
wormed his
entirely
way
incorrect
into
to
your
me.
brain with his hay of lies, with his hat and straw of steel, and just convinced you otherwise. Which is completely understandable because a scarecrow is about as adorable as you can imagine them to be. But they will lie and they will cheat and they will try to con their way into a situation. You do not trust them.
Heard.
No.
Yeah.
All right. So while we're having this conversation, we're moving towards the.
Yeah.
Of course, you haven't just
No.
stopped.
We're
this is-
standing in front of the puppet show.
Yeah. We're
You've
waiting
been
for the
moving yourself,
encore.
as you've been
Having
moving
this
yourself
conversation.
along.
We're just standing directly in front of the castle having this conversation.
Yeah,
with-
right in front of the gate next to the
right at
guards.
gate. No, but you actually do have an area to pass through, if you remember right from the layout of Yan, leading north towards the castle where there were these like 8 beacons.
Yes.
And one kept lighting and going out, which you've now arrived to. So you see these 8 columns of rock skyward, forming a ring around the deep crater lake. Rough-hewn steps spiral up each of the columns, and a rowboat is moored on the lakeshore next to one of them. A torch-bearing figure trudges up the stairs of the column nearest to the rowboat. 8 winged beasts with antlers shout and howl with laughter as they circle and wheel about him. As he kind of begins making his way up, he lights the beacon, and one of these creatures swoops down and knocks him, and you just see him tumble on down the stairs, and then another one swoops in and immediately extinguishes what he's done.
Wait, the whole time we've been here and that thing has been coming on and coming off, this poor man has been climbing up there, manually lighting it, and it has been knocked down by these things?
Attempting to, yes.
Wow.
That's
And if I had somewhat of a conscience, I'd kind of care. It's kind of sucks. I'm gonna call out to the guys, hey, maybe you should stop!
He kind of gets up and he brushes himself off. He can't really make out too many facial features or race or anything, though he is fair skinned, so you can assume elf, human, half elf, probably do the height about that. I can. If I want to return home, I have to light all 8 beacons. Thank you very much.
well, you're doing a
There's
great
hope.
job.
Well, it's very difficult when those things keep knocking me down. Would you like to give it a try?
No, because
Yes, he would.
no, I wouldn't, because I'm not stupid enough to try to light towers when there's things trying to stop you.
I could
Carry
do
on.
it.
What
Well-
do those beasts look like, DM?
They actually kind of look like little pterodactyls with goat antlers. Or yeah, goat horns, not antlers. Goats have horns, not antlers.
So nothing I've ever seen before.
Very much an other creature.
Yeah, nothing any of us have ever seen before. Interesting. Very weird. All right, what's the
Sentinel,
plan?
did you say you were gonna give it a shot?
Yeah, I could do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sentinel.
So Sentinel, you walk down
You have a
kind
knack
of where
for
this
trouble?
basin is. It does go down into like a valley where like the lake is. These 8 tall stone towers line the lake, and there is a path around that does lead over to where the castle is some miles away. But you make your way down. You see at the base of the stairs is an elf. Longish blonde hair, fair features, relatively good looking for, an elf, I guess you could say, or for, what do you expect? He's very, I don't know what to say.
Very good looking for an elf, Ethan says. Wow, okay.
Yes,
Those ugly elves.
elves are amazing.
We
He's
love you,
good looking.
Ethan.
I'm trying to
Go
say
ahead.
he's
There you
good
go.
looking.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He's
For
got
an elf.
fellow.
For an
an
elf, yeah.
Yeah, for an
He's
elf.
got nice, like, regal-looking clothes on, almost prince or kingly, but he's very beat up. Like, his clothes are tattered and ripped and torn from tumbling down the stairs. He's got, like, bruises, kind of blood trickling down his face, or is dried, leaving these bruises and scabs and scars all over his body as he's just smacked against the stone stairs that lead up to these things. What, you come to make fun of me too?
No, not at all. Just trying to help.
Oh, really? Oh, well, okay. He stands up, brushes himself up. Prince Elgareth, at your service. Or perhaps
Ni-
you at mine.
Nice to meet you, Prince.
Oh, excellent to meet you, whoever you are.
What are you a prince of?
Oh, I am a prince from a very far and away kingdom. A place by the name... Actually, I need to see what he is actually the prince of, because it is a very far and away kingdom.
It's a kingdom at another school.
Ah!
You wouldn't know.
I am a prince of a place called... from a faraway land. You probably wouldn't have heard the kingdom, but we come from a land called Greyhawk.
Can't say I
Interesting.
have her.
Not many people here seem to know about it. I was, on my way in a caravan, knights and whatnot, to speak diplomatically to some human nobles. They restore some peace between the elves and the humans, when all of a sudden this group of strange-looking creatures just kind of appeared out of nowhere and said that, oh, if you come with us, well, we can get peace for you with a snap of the finger. I guess I believed them a little bit too well. Perhaps a little bit too much drink, and a little bit too much of the pipe weed that morning, and I ended up here, and I've been here for, I think, 30 years trying to climb up these towers here so I can get back home.
Wow.
Supposedly, if you light all 8 of these beacons, it'll open a portal and send you wherever you'd like to go. Wherever you go home, anyways. So I said to myself, Elgareth, you are going to climb those towers, just as you climbed up your ranks to noble status, and you will light all of them, and return home, make peace for your world, assuming it still needs peace, and everything will go back to normal. Those blasted flying things have been keeping me down here for far too long. Anytime I light one of the beacons, they immediately knock me off. Doesn't matter if it's this one down over there, over there, over there. They follow me, they mock me, they make fun of me. I make it to the top, I light it, boom, knock me right down, extinguish it. 30 years of this. I haven't aged a day, haven't felt any older, but it's been 30 years, at least in my time.
So you haven't gotten a single one?
Oh, I've gotten all of them at least once. It's just I can't keep any of them lit.
And it's just these
you
things?
look like it's just these terrible flying goat bat things that, oh, hideous they are. You look to be a sizable, meaty fellow. I'm skin and bone. They knock me right down like wind, blowing down a blade of grass. You're more like a brick house, they could say.
Yeah, that's what they call me.
Excellent.
Sentinel Brickhouse
Sentinel, that's your
Champion.
name then.
Yes. Nice to meet you. I also have a title.
And what is that?
I have many titles. Now, Brickhouse being one of them, but Fashionista may be another.
Is it that that thing that you wear around your neck there that I thought was a dried piece of pepperoni?
Yeah, a famous designer that we have in residence here, Dr. Watts. He has fashioned me one of the finest pieces of clothing that you may see here. Pepperoni, it is one of my favorite smells, and you know,
May I ask where you hail from, Sentinel?
uh, I hmm. Well, Dorder is where I know
I have never
that.
heard of such a place in Greyhawk before.
Yeah, it's not from around here.
Oh,
None of us are really from around here. Um,
you are the first large talking bird I've seen, at least like you. And I guess if wearing pepperoni around your neck like a badge of honor is a badge of honor for you, then it will be a badge of honor for me today as well.
well, if you're nice enough to Dr. Watts, you never know, and you ask him, he might fashion something for you while I take care of this.
If I'm being honest, where I come from, no. No, I think I'm good, thank you very much.
It takes a certain kind of person to wear something like this.
Yes. And
Yes, it
honestly, on
does.
you, I think it looks. Well, you're a giant talking bird, so I don't really know what to expect. But on you, it looks acceptable.
Thank you. That's just really what I want to be, is acceptable.
Well, to me right now, you seem to be the most acceptable two-legged foul creature that speaks like a man and reeks of heavy spices and meat sticks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, any advice? I mean, you've been doing this for 30 years. Anything that sort of works?
I mean, the stairs themselves are easy enough to climb up and reach. It's not really a challenge at all. I mean, barely an inconvenience. It's the blasted things up there. They just mock and laugh at you and say horribly terrible and mean things. And, well, I don't know. Maybe if you talk to them, they wouldn't be so nasty. You're a bird. They have wings. Maybe there's some mutual camaraderie about you.
All right. Maybe I'll try that. And
All
then
right.
I head up those stairs.
All right,
As-
Sentinel. So,
As this
what
is
is the
happening,
rest of you
yeah.
doing right now? I'm
Probably
curious.
I would say,
approaching.
as he's having this conversation, I'm gonna realize that
We're here.
we've dug
We're-
too
we're
far
doing
in
this
to
now.
just carry on.
Yep.
So I guess I will walk down and approach kind of where Sentinel's talking to this gentleman.
Yeah. Well, we're doing.
Well,
this
you
now.
guys are all rangy people. How about ready some weapons and point them to the sky. If it goes bad, then I got wings. I can make it down.
Aye, Captain. I will ready my continuously firing pistol.
I will ready my continuously firing bow and arrow that doesn't have infinite ammo.
I will ready my continuously firing cards that I generate out of thin air.
See, look at that.
What are you
All
gonna
right, you
ready that's
guys.
continuously firing, Sentinel?
Love.
These guns right here.
All right.
Holds up with the wing.
Yeah. You got
Oh.
that beak axe. I mean,
Yep.
that's all you really need to worry about, right?
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I mean, depending on how he rages, it might become a ranged weapon.
Knowing how this place is
continuously fires.
corrupted, I have half a mind that we're gonna light these beacons and something is going to just murder this prince or something terrible is gonna happen because nothing ever seems to work the way
Oh, he's
it's
gonna
supposed
get sent to
work.
like, just straight to Asmodeus, right into his throne room, right next to him.
Now, that if you would have told me that to begin with, Darby, I would have been way more motivated to light these things.
It certainly would be a lot more interesting, wouldn't it?
Who's that?
Big evil Satan man.
Look at me.
Yeah, it's one of him, but way
But
bigger,
full blood.
way more
But
powerful.
Full blood.
Yeah.
There.
Rather than walking the material plane, it lives down where people like you tell your little children bad people go.
I don't have any children.
No, but
Metaphorically, my friend.
Yes. If you had children, that's where you would tell people that they would know that.
That's fair.
All right. So, Sentinel, you begin making your way up this giant stone pillar to where these things are kind of all hovering, and you make your way up to the light or to the beacon, and kind of there's like 16 of these things all fluttering around. They are a medium-sized creature, probably a little smaller than a person, but still considered medium-sized. And they're flapping around, and they kind of are seeing you come up there like, well, who the heck is this guy? Oh, that's a new one. Look at this giant bird thing. Hey, bird. Hey. Hey, say hey to us. We're saying hey to you.
Hello, fellow brethren and sisterin.
Oh,
My name.
We're not brothers and sisters. I don't know what you are.
Yeah, we got wings. You know, not too many people got wings, and so hence.
I guess so. What do you want? You gonna light one of these beacons? We're gonna knock you off and put it out if you do. That's what we do. And we'll laugh at you. We'll call you a pansy, and we'll insult your mother and your father and all this other stuff that we do. That's what we do. We've done it to that guy for 30 years. It's kind of, it's kind of sad actually, and we're kind of getting a little bored because it's the same guy over the last 30 years. So, like, who's your mother?
That's a good question.
You don't know who your mom is?
Not
Hey,
particularly.
Pete!
I don't think I really have. I mean, maybe the
Pete!
goddess.
Come here. I don't know who the hell that is. This guy doesn't have a mom. Let's point and laugh at him. You don't have a mom. Ha ha. You suck. No mom could love you, so they just shit you out.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Ah.
I'm gonna shoot him. The one that's
Wow,
wet.
okay. I need to see what the stats on these things are real quick.
Just immediately, as soon as he starts laughing at Sentinel, I'm just gonna blow him out of the sky.
I will say, what's your range on your gun, Arthur?
It's
I believe
90
it's 60
feet.
feet. 90? One sec. How tall are these things?
Get 90.
Yeah, they are 200 feet tall. You will be at disadvantage.
Alright, that's totally fine.
Give
90
me
is
a
technically
roll.
disadvantage anyways, because it's the longer foot anyways. So.
Yep.
It's a double disadvantage.
Super disadvantage.
Super disadvantage.
Thing.
Actually,
I rolled a natural 20 and a 19.
wow.
Dang.
So 28 to hit, because it's +9.
All right. Calm down.
That's what you get for making fun of Sentinel.
Yeah, I guess so.
Arthur's got a soft spot for Sentinel. What can I say?
I actually do not have these guys entered into my my thing, so I need to see what they're.
Come on, DM. What are you doing?
Sucking.
Did not expect.
Not
for us
expecting
to
you
go
to
in.
shoot him.
Okay,
expect
my
we would
character has
actually
one
fight, though.
standard trait. He shoots
This-
at people.
This was definitely my issue. All right. Oh, they
Just
also don't have
easy with
goat
me.
horns. They do actually have antlers. I
Huh?
will send this in chat real quick. Brendan, show this to
pull it
the
up.
stream so they can see what this stupid thing looks like. Come on.
Boy.
Oh,
That's what
wow.
these things. That's what they look like.
Yeah, wow, that's interesting. All
That
right.
face.
I will
A rat.
That's like crazy more majestic than I thought it was.
see if that works.
Yeah, I kind of picture them as these more like hideous creatures, and that is definitely not them. So yes, you definitely do hit him, Arthur, with your 19 at
They're like-
disadvantage.
Like gross, weird deer birds.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a great analogy. That is a 12 damage.
So Arthur, you pull your pistol out, you aim it, you fire it. Sentinel, you're talking to these stupid things. They're mocking you, and you start, and just one of them gets hit with a bullet, and it immediately goes down and flutters its way back up. It is not killed, but it definitely has a wound in it, and blood is starting to pour out. And the one that was talking to you goes, "What was that? They just shot at us down there. Hey, that was mean. Why'd you do that?"
Say another thing to the big bird. See what happens.
He looks at you, Sentinel. Thing.
Boom. Shooting him again.
Give me another roll.
That is 15 and 14. So
Dang.
that's gonna be 14 plus 9 is 23 to
Yeah,
hit.
the 14 will hit.
Really going hard.
13 damage.
For what is that? 27. You did 14 last time.
Yes, I think so. Oh no, I did because I rolled a 7 this time and a 6 last time. So whatever. What did I say? I rolled. So I did 12 last time, 13 this time. So 25 total.
25. So you shoot it again, same one, kind of goes down, still alive, not looking too hot. Hey guys, I'm gonna leave. That's fine. You got shot twice. It's okay. Hey, you! Stop shooting us. We're not doing anything wrong up here.
You're making fun of my friend.
It's not wrong. There's nothing illegal about it. I can make
You're
fun
right.
of you.
There's nothing
What's your
legal about
mom's
me.
name?
Nothing illegal about me shooting you. I'm literally gonna put a hole in the other one and just say, "What's your mom's name?"
Okay, go ahead.
Oh my god.
My mom's name's Gunpowder.
Yeah, well, your mom's so
23
flat
hit.
she
That's a
doesn't light a
16 and
fuse if her life
14.
depended on it.
Jeez.
16 and 14. It's a 23 to hit.
Again.
Rolling so hot. Place
That's
on
a 10. That's 16 damage, baby.
Oh my
One like the
god.
leader that was talking to you.
Yeah.
Ow! Hey! Stop shooting us!
Stop running your mouth.
I run. That's all I can do.
Look like Swiss cheese. You want another one? I'm gonna cock my gun
Did
again.
your dad fuck a goat? Is that what happened?
Shoot
Oh
him
my
again.
god. They
ahead.
don't learn. They just don't learn.
Okay, that one's more reasonable. Let's do. How's a 15? Does a 15 hit?
Still hits him.
Oh my god. Repeating shot.
That
Okay, hot.
is 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 damage.
15. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, guys, I'm gonna leave too. Pete, you take this one over here. I gotta go patch this shit up. And he flutters away too.
I was gonna look at Darby and Darian who are just standing there watching me shoot these things from the ground. You gonna help any or?
You seem to have it plenty covered.
Can I see if these birds, like all of them, are pretty distracted, like paying attention to Arthur down on the ground?
They are kind of paying attention. They're more focused on you, Sentinel.
Okay.
So, your buddy's shooting at us down there. What's up with that?
I mean, here, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm here to light that beacon. You know,
Well, why?
I mean, you guys have been doing this for 30 years to this guy. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
it's funny.
the first guy, he said it's kind of sad. You know, it's getting kind of tiring.
I mean, yeah, but it's funny. It's like pushing a kid off a swing and watching him hit the ground.
Yeah, you know, sure.
Yeah, you know.
There's gonna be someone else that, you know, that can do this, you know, over and over and over again. How about you let this guy light the lamps just one time? You know, just light them all one time. You let them go. Someone else, I guarantee, will come by, and you know, I may even swing by. You know, this may be fun. You know, we could talk. We can have, you know, good old time. You can push me off, and you know, and then I'll come right back up, and we'll do this again. But you know, if you just let us do this, one, you guys won't one by one be Swiss cheese by Arthur down there. I mean, he really likes to
Is that
practice.
his name? Wow. We thought he had a cool name. That's a sucky name.
Shooting
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, no, saw that one coming. Uh-huh.
That is. Oh no, that one's gonna miss. That's gonna be 13.
That actually still hits.
Gee, what is their AC? Like 5?
It still hits him.
That's so
Oh my
awesome.
god.
That's gonna be 12 damage.
Ah! Why is he? I didn't
Watch
say
your mouth.
anything mean. I'm just speaking the truth, man. All
Watch
right,
your
all right.
mouth.
All right. Okay, we've
Keep
been doing this
Arthur's
for a
name
while.
out your mouth.
We get it. All right, guys. The reject rotisserie chicken there wants us to leave, so I think we're gonna
Shooting him.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And you have unlimited ammo because of Jamie's upgrade to your
Yep,
gun,
Yeah.
too.
repeating shot.
It's gonna hit because I rolled a like I literally can roll like a 3 and hit these things. 7 plus 9 is 16. 16 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh my god. Wait for one of
That's
these to
gonna
drop.
be a 9 damage.
It takes 9 damage. Oh, okay, we get it. Light your beacons, man. We're gonna have you sing for us too. If you gave us a little ditty, we were gonna go in peace. But if you're gonna keep shooting at us, like that's just whack, man. So
Yeah.
if you want to give us a little song, I mean, not gonna turn you down.
Yep. And then I begin to sing Elton John's Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting.
I don't know this song.
Yeah, I learned it from
From Nugs.
Oh,
from
you learned it from Nugs, yeah.
Nugs, yeah.
Yep.
One of
I
the
forgot.
great Guardian Fowl songs.
Elton
Yep.
John.
Yep, Elton John said.
This is so great.
Elton John, the greatest of the Guardian
Ah,
Fowl.
wow. You know, I have like a lot more respect for you after that one. And all right, we'll leave in peace. You guys have a good day. Enjoy lighting the beacons. And
Thanks.
bye. They all just fly away into the sunset or the lightning set, I guess you could say.
Into the clouds.
And I light the beacon.
One of 8 is lit
Put
sentinel.
away his pistol.
Well, that went rather well, I suppose. Man,
Well, I walked
Jamie's
down.
tinkering sure was very useful for you, huh?
Seems to be. They were pretty easy to hit though. They're just flying rats.
There's a lot of them, shooting the crowd.
They just
Hard to
kind of,
miss.
yeah, it's like fish in a barrel. Really, they didn't really move. Like that's my thing. Is like if I get shot by something, the first thing I'm gonna do is start moving around. But they just kind of stayed where they were.
Yes, they did. Hovering, waiting, trying to figure out what's even going on. They just don't learn.
Many things don't.
Nope.
Well, I make my way down and I approach Prince
Ogarath.
Alcorath, and
Oh my God, you scared those things away. If I had a gun like you had a gun, I could have probably have done this 29 years ago.
Sure.
Weapons do
I
usually
think I
come
can-
in handy.
I think I can light all the beacons myself. Unless you'd all like to help me real quick, would be greatly appreciated.
are there any on the way to the castle?
Oh, they're all here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
they're all
around
in
this
like
little
a
big
big
circle.
circle around
Yeah.
this lake. You guys could probably, because the path goes around, there's probably like 3 on the way in this path around, but the other 5 you'd have to go out of your way for.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really care.
We can do the 3 on the way and tell them to do the other 5. And
It's his
I
mission.
was
Did I know?
absolutely pleasured by that.
well, we're happy to pleasure you.
Oh,
I'm
Oh.
glad you are.
Don't phrase it like that, Sentinel. Both of you. Oh,
I'm
okay.
surprised you. Just be thankful he didn't offer to light all 8 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of have like a thing to do,
Yeah, we're...
and these heads are starting to smell, and so
Points to
you know,
Jamie's
we're kinda-
bucket.
yeah, and we promised at least that we'd be back with Joel, and it seems like it's been a while. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll find out when we get back.
I think you guys have been the other for about a week at this point.
Right, but would we know if the time in the other is the same as the
Not at all.
No idea.
So
Well,
we should get rolling.
we wanted,
I agree.
needed to get this
I
done.
I greatly appreciate everything you've done to me. I'm going to hop right in my rowboat and get to lighting the other 5 beacons. Thank you so much. Oh, something for you. Yeah. Do you mind if I see your cloak real quick?
I mean, sure. You seem to admire it quite a bit, so
I'm going to put my arm out and stop Jamie from stepping forward. 'Cause I
He
know
takes
Jamie
it off.
The gun-
His eyes are like watering. It's like holding like moldy onions. He's like, oh. He sets it down and he chants some words. Oh, by the Maker. Oh, bless whoever has to wear this thing ever again. And he hands it back to you, Sentinel.
You get used to it after a
It
while.
is now a special cloak. It will increase your movement by 5 feet.
Wow.
Oh.
That's great for you, Sentinel.
Yeah.
Yeah. just the quickest chicken you've ever
Yeah.
seen.
You can call it the rancid cloak of speed.
Oh yes.
The
Yes.
rancid cloak
Like
of
a Diablo
speed.
modifier.
And with that,
Ethan,
What?
can enemies have disadvantage when trying to perceive Sentinel using sense of smell because it smells so bad?
maybe I might allow that with how bad that. And it's gotten worse. As
Yeah.
he wears it, it gets worse because it's just smeared in food from like a
God.
month ago.
That's so great.
Oh.
It's not that they didn't notice it, they just don't want to be near it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
They're leaving.
I believe that my tear ducts are officially burned out from my eyes. So,
Well,
fairly well,
no.
friends. And oh god, my eyes. And he just turns around and walks away.
Be interesting. He said he didn't age while he was here. I wonder if when he gets home, if he'll immediately age 30 years, because that would be kind of terrible. But not our problem.
no, that is not. No, I doubt if he's aged here, he'll age in the real world. Or his world, I guess. Everything's the real world.
Did he say he was from Greyhawk? Have you guys heard of Greyhawk?
Can't say I've heard of Grey Hawks.
Yeah, well,
Didn't know there was a whole place around it.
All right, are you guys ready to continue towards the castle?
I
let's do
suppose
it.
we'll light our 3 beacons and go.
Yep. So you guys make your way around. Sentinel, and I'll say Joel helps too. The two of you have managed to light the 3 beacons, and upon you guys making your way around to the winding crag road that will lead up to this huge castle that's up in the mountainside, you kind of turn to see the last of the 8 beacons be lit, and all of a sudden the water just begins to like ripple and change, and it turns into this like huge landscape look. Almost you can see trees and fauna and flora all within like the visage of the water, and you just kind of see a body jump from the top of the thing, and it just falls and falls and falls, and then it hits the water without a splash, and then the water goes dark and murky again.
Oh, it looks like it probably worked.
Joel's just like, that guy jumped really far. I hope he didn't splat on the other side.
Yeah, that was about 200 feet tall. It's very nasty.
Hitting water that high is like hitting concrete.
Oh yeah, whatever that is.
Dandelion would like to believe that he made it out okay on the other side, but Dandelion has no way of knowing such things, so he's just going to interpret it in the way that his mama perceives it.
That's a good way of life, Dandelion.
It is an excellent
Thank you.
way of life.
Thank
I
you
do
for
have a
telling me that.
question for you there, Darby.
Yes.
I can't maintain a straight fucking face, damn it. I got some of this here, Son of D, if you'd like some of it.
I'm not entirely sure what that is.
It is a delicious, nutritious drink that is full of orange and tangy and fruity flavors.
I'm
Didn't
out.
you earlier say that you need that to photosynthesis? Like, I don't want to steal your photosynthesis food.
I have quite a number of this here sustenance if you'd like to try some of it.
Is Joel like all about this?
Yeah,
And Joel's just kind of looking at it, just kind of like, is he referencing what I think he's referencing right now?
You know, I'm not super interested in it personally, but it seems like Joel might want to taste.
That is okay, Darby. You know, I offered it to you because I think if anyone here, they might have taken it. But you, I was pretty sure that you couldn't handle some of these nuts.
Oh, I'm out. Bye. See you later. I'm out.
Do we need him? Do we need him around? Can we? I mean, I can just go plant him over by the pond. Like,
Oh.
we don't need him here, do we? How important is he to our plan?
Oh my god.
That is what we call in my world a dandelion joke. And it is quite funny, so I would appreciate if all of you would laugh right now.
It's brilliant.
Let's just keep moving, Dandelion.
I think the funniest part to me is Matt's reaction right now.
He's losing it.
I'm like
Ah!
choking on my water.
Almost killed the man over here.
There's been a murder.
A murder
Ow.
of comedy. No.
All right, so you guys head on, continue on the Motherhorn after experience Dandilion's terrible joke that I totally didn't come up with last week Tuesday and been holding on until this session. And as you approach and climb up the windy road to Motherhorn, the castle here, you see looming above you in an ominous gray citadel, hewn out over the mountaintop. The path leading to it is winding and precarious. Winds swirl around its towers, and ravens cluster and caw in its granite nooks. A crooked finger of lightning strikes the metal rod protruding from the topmost spire, and sounds of applause drift over the citadel's battlements. The mountain path ends at a spiral staircase that climbs 60 feet to a balcony made of withered gray stone. A large balloon made of bulging rain clouds is tethered to a much higher stone balcony that is well beyond reach. The balloon has a merchant stall instead of an ordinary basket dangling from it. And if Dr. Watts was here, this is the same balloon merchant that he spoke with in Hither.
Those are the Darklings, right?
Yes.
That they
Correct.
referenced?
Trying to sell him weird stuff for his memories?
Yes.
Yes,
Some of that?
yeah, or like his eye color, or
Oh, yeah, his
all-
eye
they were
color,
trying to
yeah.
sell all sorts of different things they were selling. And the prices
Interesting
were all
medical
weird
things,
that he
but-
gave out.
Yeah. A weird price. Your eye color.
Don't they also work directly for the hag?
Yes.
Correct. Yep. We
Or at
just
least
found that
very
out, though.
closely.
Well, didn't Dandelion say that the guards were
Oh.
Darklings?
Yeah, I believe so.
Right, there's a winding spiral staircase before you.
Or let to turn around and walk back. No.
I think we should go back to the
that would be-
mines.
I
Yeah.
would take. I guess this is the way in. This is the
Mhm.
front door, Dandelion, from what you remember.
This is, in fact, the front door.
Okay.
I believe this is the exact same way that the Sungadese people took.
Sungadese.
Oh no.
Sungadese nuts!
You walked
There
right
it is.
into it, Arthur. You walked right into it.
Hi, you fell for my flower joke again.
Hey, Dandelion, do you remember? It was kind of a while ago, so I'm not sure how long your memory is. But do you remember what happened to those flying rats that insulted?
Saw that you
Sentinel?
shot them out of the sky with that fancy pistol there of yours.
Yeah, you make that joke again, and you will suffer the same fate. And I'm gonna begin walking up the
Does
stairs.
that joke need to be made just to you, or can it be made to anyone else in this fine establishment that
If
I have?
if I hear that it has been uttered.
Dandelion will, in fact, remember this. Dandelion may choose not to respect it, but he has heard you.
As long as you know,
Excellent.
because knowing is half the battle.
Yes, yes it is.
What would you guys like to do?
Go up the stairs.
Arthur would like to just cautiously eye Dandelion, waiting for him to make any sort of mention
Just
towards a
begin
joke.
speaking.
All right, so you guys will climb the stairs then. You climb these 60-foot stairs up this weathered, like, stone, like, archway up into this kind of tower. And before you stands a grand gate. So just a grand gate stands before you.
No guards, just big door.
Just a big old gate.
Okay.
I will attempt to. Well, is it locked?
Would you like to see if it's locked?
Yeah, I'll check if it's locked.
All right, Arthur, you kind of go up and go to touch its handle, and immediately two big eyes shoot open on the gate, and it yawns. Whoa there! Mind your manners. You want me coming around touching you while you're sleeping?
No, I
What?
suppose not.
You here for the show, I'm assuming?
Well, we're here to make one of our own, but sure.
Well, that's even better. Lady of the Night quite loves when people make shows for her. Tickets. I assume you have tickets?
I'll produce my ticket.
And it just kind of rolls a tongue out. Put the hair.
Arthur will take a deep breath, testing his patience, and then we'll set the ticket on the tongue.
Okay. It kind of eyeing the rest of you to see if there are more tickets or if you're the only one with tickets.
I will put my ticket down.
I will also
Okay.
put my ticket down.
Same.
And Joel, Dandelion, and Gleam follow suit. Immediately, the tongue rolls back into the door's mouth, and it kind of is chewing for a second before it spits one ticket out. I'll be 100% honest here. The one with the moon mask, I've got a specific sheet of paper here of names and likenesses that are not allowed in anymore, and whoo-wee, that one is not allowed in here.
Oh,
Well, not
What
surprising.
can we do to persuade you to look the other way?
Oh wow, that's a good question. My bottom hinge has been a little squeaky lately. If you got some oil, some I don't know, some grease or something you could lube up on there for me, I might like it a little bit.
I'm gonna
I-
look
I-
around the party who might have any sort of grease
I
or.
don't think I would, but I'm unsure if Dr. Jamie would have
Can
some.
you-
Boggles
I
around
don't
here.
believe Dr. Watts would have anything.
I guess I can ask you, DM, is to clean my weapons. Wouldn't I have some sort of grease
Like an
or
oil or something
yeah,
to like,
oil.
yeah, I would say you probably do, Arthur. That's a really
Okay.
good point.
All right. I will attempt to apply that to the hinge.
All right, so Arthur, you do have a small vial of like oil cleaning, kind of to lube up the shaft and stuff. Please do not take that out of context. Um, yeah, you have this oil, so you go over, you pop the cork off, and you kind of just drop a few drops onto the hinge, and the door is kind of like, that feels kind of nice. Yeah, well, I probably wouldn't have her walking around in there. They'd probably kill her on sight. So if you put a bag over her head, or I don't know, put her in like a monkey suit or something, I'm sure no one would really pay attention to her. But I'll let you in. I don't really care. They don't pay me enough to care that much. Thanks for the grease. It feels really nice.
Thank you for being so cordial. I'm
And
just
it
gonna
just
turn around
opens.
to Gleam. Can you?
Yes.
Is the mask removable? Can you just take that off? I don't even think they'll recognize you.
And she pops it off, and you see kind of this beautiful elven woman, though she has very her almost like bluish skin color and stark white hair, which you didn't really notice before given her costume and the gloves and stuff that she had on. I can give it a shot, I guess, though I don't have anywhere to store the mask.
Good point.
Yeah,
we do.
Yes,
no,
but we might need it on hand.
Yeah, that's the problem. Ah, well,
Easily accessible.
we intended on fighting our way through this place anyways, didn't we?
Yeah, probably.
Uh,
Whether we intended to or not, I have a feeling it's probably what's going to happen anyways.
but just like hold it and hide it behind your back or something for now.
Great plan. Solid.
How
Not sure if
long?
it'll fit in anyone's bags or anything.
Oh, well, yeah.
We can put it in a bag. The problem is, if we put it in a bag, we may need it at a
A
moment's notice,
Yeah.
and we don't want
Very
Sentinel
quickly.
fumbling in his bag to find your mask for you to do your sacred fusion ceremony with your sister.
Or whatever that is.
Form the eclipse being of destiny.
I keep it in my bag.
It'll fit. She kind of
Really?
walks over and crams it. She like forces it down into your pack and seals it. I guess it kind of fits a little bit. I wouldn't open that until you're ready to give it back to me, but it fits.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Great.
Hey, you know, we could disguise her. Or we could have disguise her even more if you gave her your hat, Darby.
No.
It is a really nice hat. I wouldn't mind trying it on.
No.
Wow.
Here, they won't recognize me with it or without it. I'm gonna take off my pirate's hat. I'll say if you want to tuck your hair up inside it, it might be a little big, but
Oh, perfect. She takes it and she kind of folds her hair up and puts it on. She goes, "Oh, this brings back memories of when I was a lot younger and was in like a pirate like dinner theater show."
great. I'm glad my life's work is attributed to your dinner theater show.
Yes.
Or they're just gonna like storm off.
All
Right
right.
through the door. All right, I am going to change maps here as you guys enter Motherhorn.
Ooh.
And finally, which we're kind of in the center of the map here is where we're starting. And
Go
you
all the way
guys
out.
have
Jeez, boy.
climbed
wow,
up
that's
the
a
stairs.
big map.
That is a big map there, DM.
Yes, it is. It is a
Absolutely
4-floor
massive.
map.
Oh,
Ooh.
jeez. Big castle.
So, I am going to need everyone to give me exploration initiative. Straight D20 roll.
Giving me some Castle Ravenloft vibes.
Ooh, yeah, baby. I
Right in the
love
middle.
these dice. That is a 19.
Big old 10, right in the middle.
I need to go to Vegas or something. I am
Who beat a
rolling
10?
super well.
Not me.
I got a
Not
16.
me.
Good job.
Darian, Darby, and Sentinel. So, Arthur, we will start with you, buddy. Go ahead.
So there is no other door than the one before us here.
Correct, which I will reveal a little bit because it's that's high.
Or deep.
Because it is not like there's not really the door opens for you. So
Okay. All right. Sure. I
Mr.
will.
Dayton.
I'm going to open it cautiously, but not like I'm not gonna like stealthily. I'm not gonna like pierce you, but I am gonna. I'm not gonna like kick it open. Essentially.
you see before you just a long hallway, and from the map here, this thing here is just indicating that there is a floor below you that like walks under this thing. You can't see it; it's just stone walls, but it's not a trap or anything.
Okay. The dotted line that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
So
will
just
hold
a
it.
long
Yeah.
hallway, and I will actually reveal a little bit
Yeah.
more.
I'll step out into it.
All right, you step out into it, Arthur, and you are in the long hallway.
a long, dark hallway.
Is this another door? What's this squiggly line here?
It is a statue of Endlin Moongrave.
Like barring the way?
It's more hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, great.
It's like hanging, and her arms are like outstretched, and there's all these like threads and wires that are like protruding out that almost seem to like come at you, like they're gonna come in and brace you and bring you closer to the statue.
Wonderful. Before
wonderful.
I move anywhere near that terrifying visage, can I check it for traps or something that
Give
might
me
trigger it
an
to move?
investigation roll.
Sure. 16.
So, Arthur, you kind of give the hallway a quick once over before everyone joins you. You look at the statue. None of it appears to be trapped. In fact, this seems like a very common entranceway that the average person would enter if they were to come into Motherhorn.
More or less just setting the stage here rather than hurting anybody. So I guess we're this way.
Does the whole party follow?
I suppose.
All right.
Ciao.
Ka-chow.
Let me get the next area revealed.
Oh, jeez. Big,
Oh.
big room. Big room.
So Arthur, you kind of step out, leading the way with the rest of the party, following Joel and Joel and Jamie behind, and you enter an open-air amphitheater carved from a slope in the mountaintop. Cloaked figures sit on tiered stone benches and face the stage. Enclosing the stage are 10-foot-high stone walls, above which you can see stormy skies. A team of masked hobblings is preparing the stage for play, while costume actors huddle in the wings and recite lines. The lighting is provided by an intricate overhead contraption upon which several more masked hobblings are perched. The sounds of chains clinking and gears turning can be heard coming up somewhere in the mountaintop. And as you enter Motherhorn, I am going to change the music here. You might skip feature works finally. Nope.
Let's see.
Big no from me, dog.
Yeah,
Big,
Bard's
big
our new
no.
Bard's been giving us a bit of troubles. All right. So Arthur and the rest of the party, as you guys step forth and look into this amphitheater, you can see here these stairs that kind of like lead down to where this pit is, where like the stage is. All of these cloaked black figures are watching the show. There's all these actors, and they generally all seem to be gathered around a single hobbling in very fine clothes as he's barking orders to these guys.
Is it still my initiative turn, or does it move?
I
on
will
to
say
the
it's now
next person?
Darian's initiative turn.
So I figured.
Wait, can I make out anything that the guy is barking out?
He's like, "Come on now, get those lines down. The show is in just a few weeks. You there, lights, lights there. No, what did we hire you for?" He's kind of barking orders about a show that they seem to be hosting soon.
And nobody's taking note of where we're at.
Not yet.
Well,
Looks like
this
we might be a little early.
yeah, but we're not here for the
I
show. We're
know.
here to find Gloom's sister, and this doesn't.
Is Dandelion rubbing off on everybody? Why is everybody taking everything so literally?
Sorry. That's such
Okay.
a goblin move of me. Goblin, he's nuts. All right. Anyway,
I shoot
Shoot
him.
Darian.
That's it. You're
I'm
getting
gonna
yellow
ask-
carded. It's over.
I'm gonna ask Dandelion which way we have to go to find what's the sister's name? Glimmer?
Glimmer.
Glimmer.
Well, the
Ooh.
jail cell was, I believe, in the tower, which is above here. And as far as I'm aware, the only way through to that tower is through the amphitheater here.
All right. Well, let's all practice
If it is
our lines.
okay with you guys, I'm gonna curl up with the big chicken here and kind of hide myself. I don't believe they'd be too appreciative of me.
That is fair.
That is very fair.
All right. Who wants to pretend to go over lines with me?
Me.
All right, Sentinel. Let's do this. I'm gonna start subtly walking down the stairs, going red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Unique
Sentinel,
New
what do you-
York.
What do you do, Sentinel?
I do my do re mi fa sol la ti do, warm up my voice and me.
So you guys begin descending these stairs, doing your exercises, and immediately the hobbling stops. He turns and he goes, "Ah, there they are, the ticket holders. Yes, we were informed that you were coming. Come down, come quickly, quickly."
Oh.
I believe there were more of you. Have the others not arrived yet?
We aren't ticket holders. We're looking to audition for the play.
Well, if you're ticket holders, you've already here to audition for the play.
Oh, okay.
My
Makes
name
sense.
is Stage Fright. I am Andolin Moongrave's right-hand hobbling. I manage the shows. I set the lights. I make sure that these actors memorize the lines before I throw them off the edge of Moongrave, or Motherhome.
Oh, so the throwing off of the castle is part of the play.
No, we've never actually thrown anyone off before. Some people have been struck dead, but no one's been thrown off before. Not since I've been around. May have been for the old guy, but not since I've been around.
All right.
Oh, you're just in time, though. Please, come down, come down. We have a fantastic new show that's going to be opening in just a few weeks.
Okay.
What's the name of the show?
The Boy. And it is written by Andolin Moongrave herself, as all of her productions are. But this is her first show that she's ever co-written with anyone. She co-wrote it with famed, excellent playwright Argon Fukio. Which you guys
Never heard of
recognize as the
him.
name of the guy that was Xanthros Sanctum in Highwater.
Yes. And we took
Oh
his
yes, the guy who was
Yes.
sitting there waiting for years or
Yes.
months on
and
end.
we
Yes.
convinced him to give us his play so we could potentially try to pawn it off, and then realized that it was not worth anything and have never pawned it off because it was not good.
We know him personally.
Wow! Oh, excellent. You'll be most perfect for this. Now, because you have tickets, I'm assuming you're here to talk with a lady.
Yeah, that would be great.
Wonderful, but first you must earn the lady's favor. She wants to see people's passion. She wants to see their moxie. She wants to see if they can act. Embrace the face of another man that isn't theirs, but is completely somebody else's. Can you do that, big chicken?
Of course I can. Yes.
Can the rest of your friends do that?
Of course. They're excellent.
Probably.
They act every day like the biggest jerks, but I know in the heart of hearts, they really are just the sweetest people you'd ever meet. So I know they're great actors.
Excellent.
Okay.
We are going to show these half-twit actors what real acting is about. Am I right?
You're right.
Come down. Come. We must prepare. Angeline is expecting this show shortly, and if she doesn't get it, oh, I don't want to see how she's gonna act. So Sentinel and Darian are down there. What do the rest of you guys do?
Well, since we've been announced
Yeah, I
as part of
suppose-
their troop there, I guess I will follow them down.
I suppose I will as
Alright.
well.
I will try and stand next to and kind of make sure like my shadow is cast over Gleam, so that way she is not like spotted or outed.
Yeah, she's kind of like lowered the hat a little bit, kind of hiding behind the taller members, probably slinking up with Sentinel. Dandelion is like in Sentinel's back, like buried in it. Kind of looks, he's under his cloak.
Ooh,
He
that's
doesn't have
rough.
nostrils, so it's okay.
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a flower.
Okay. I was like,
That's
Dandelion
good.
may
He's a
die.
dandelion.
He's Dandelion.
He's
Dandelion
Dandelion,
may
right?
die.
He is a dandelion.
fucked.
Yeah, he's good.
Now, good. I have all of you here. Let me look at each and every one of you. If you do this, you will have access to all of Motherhome, and you too can meet the Mistress of Despair, the Playwright of Sorrow, Endlin Moongrave herself. Applaud.
Oh boy.
Do they notice the two hags' heads hanging off the side of Jamie's belt?
I'll say Jamie's kind of hidden them
Okay.
for this point.
Okay.
I don't know if Jamie himself would actually do that, but for this, I'm making him hide them.
All right, sounds good.
I'm sure we would have
Good,
tried to
good, good.
convince him.
Now let me look at all of you. Yes. You! Antler Boy! I can smell it, I can feel it. Yes, you have the work of a star! Star performer. You will be the star of our play.
That only makes sense.
And you,
Character syndrome over here.
the boy with the hat. It's a lovely hat.
Thank
The
you.
only people that could be with such a lovely hat would be the friends of our lead actor. A supporting actor, you could say. His best friend. Yes, you will be the best friend. And you, oh yes, you chicken. You are larger than life. You are so big you could bring down the entire house. Command such respect and presence. You shall be the father figure. Yes, you shall be the boy's father. This will be my greatest casting of all time. I will win an award. The fellow with the kind of frizzed hair, he's got like the trench coat and stuff. He looks like he has a strong voice. He could be the doctor. No, I mean the narrator. He is a doctor. He could be the narrator. Yes.
He
I
could
like
be
it.
a
I
doctor. Yes, he could.
He could be a doctor.
He could
If
be.
this play called for a doctor, I would very much cast him as a doctor. Finally! No, wait. No, not finally.
Finally, there's like 3 more of us.
Yeah. That's...
No, there are too many roles. There are too many roles. You with the hat, you will also play the boy's enemy, because who else would be his enemy but his friend?
So I don't have my hat anymore.
Yes.
Gleam does. So was he talking to me?
He's talking to Darby.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Well,
Sure.
he's his friend and his enemy. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. No, that
And you,
that should work.
horned man, the beard, I sense a touching charm from you. I sense strong energy, motherly caring from you. You shall be the fairy in this tale. Yes, this will be right.
Darby is snickering the entire.
And finally,
Jesus Christ.
the boy, the other boy, the one who kind of looks like he shouldn't be here and has this weird kind of deer in headlights look about him. You shall be the tree in the background. Yes, that is what you shall
Oh,
be.
the perfect
And Joel is
casting.
just like, cool, this is what I was in my like middle school production. Nothing changed.
Can we switch roles?
No, I have casted my role. And because I
okay,
have
Arthur,
casted my role,
You'll be a
I
great
shall,
fairy.
I shall share with you the script, which I will post in the Discord chat right now.
Who is
So
this
please
person
open it.
playing? Who is this person playing? And I'm gonna point at Gleam.
No one. I do not need them.
Ooh,
I sense acting energy
Oh my
from
God.
all of you.
don't mind that.
I
You
shall
get-
read.
You gave him 2 roles, but you're not gonna go Gleam anything?
Because the friend is the enemy, which is your friend. It's a work of art. It's genius.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
yes. Arthur, haven't you heard? True friends are the ones that stab you in the front, not the back.
That is
Yes.
true.
Yeah, well.
Now, I shall read for the stage instructions. Does everyone understand stage right and stage left here?
Absolutely.
I do.
Beautiful. If you don't, we'll figure out as we go along. This is just a rehearsal. This is just work out all the things.
Oh, boy.
Now, when you see your role, you know to read it, correct?
Correct.
And if you do well, you will have access to Motherhome. And if you do poorly, you'll be thrown out. Do I make myself clear?
Crystal.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes.
Excellent! And he kind of yells out to the audience, Audience! Lady Moongrave. And from up kind of like where the balconies are, there's this sort of like pit of blackness, darkness out there. You can kind of see like this swirling like contraption or machine up there that seems to be turning, but above that is just this like pit of just unending darkness. And from it you can see these like big beady yellow eyes like form as he speaks the name Lady Moongrave. This show is for you. The Boy, a play by Endelyn Moongrave and Argon Furci. Starting Scene 1! The narrator enters stage right. No, I changed my mind. You, Dr. Fellow, you will not be the narrator. You, Fairy, you will be the narrator now. Yes. Yes, that is what we will do. I have spoken. So now you are also the fairy and the narrator. Let us begin! Narrator, begin.
So I enter stage right, so there.
Narrator enters stage right.
A tale of tragedy. Fate intertwined with sorrow. Good people unable to escape destiny. This is not a tale of knights or kings, goddesses or beckonings. Lo and behold, the story I am about to tell.
Sun rises. We see a small village. A boy and the father enter stage left. Trees are in the background. He kind of pushes Joel, and Joel just holds a tree branch up.
Where should such a destiny fall? Why here? A village waged war with their enemy. A father attempts to teach his son the ways of the warrior. Here, in Greenest proper.
Young son, you see before you battlefields of sorrow and pain. Just a fortnight prior, legions of our strongest threw themselves upon the flaming pyre of the enemy. Look upon their suffering.
Father, why must we hate the enemy? What have they done to us to warrant Usk death?
It's our way of life, boy. The enemy has always been our enemy, and will be our children's enemy, and our children's children's enemy. Can they be forgiven for causing such death?
I will learn to kill them. It is my destiny. I will protect our people until my soul leaves this mortal form.
The friend enters stage right. He is wounded.
I am wounded.
Friend, you are wounded. You have fought valiantly. Tell me of the battle.
I have seen much on the field of battle. Swords clashing, the gnashing of teeth. The enemy is cunning. They will strike us down. Lo! I fear for our children. Pain, dear friend. Pain! My soul leaves me.
The friend dies!
I will avenge thee, friend. And let all know that any enemy who dares come across me shall know thine blade. It strikes true at the heart, for thine heart is pierced.
You, boy, will become the greatest of all of us. Now come! There is much to see.
Boy and the father exit stage right. Scene ends. Scene 2!
Years have passed. Many have been put to the sword. The boy has fought hard for his people. Now, the moment of victory is at hand.
The boy enters stage right. The enemy enters stage left. With
How
gusto
can-
this time.
Okay. Thou continues to slay my people. Men, women, children, put to the sword. You call us the enemy, and you bring bloodshed the likes the world has never seen.
Well, you think I am? I have seen atrocities from your people, death and strife. By thine blade, ye will meet a fate worse than death.
You look to me as the fool. You look to my people as the kindle to light the flame. Far from it. Your hatred is self-inflicted. What you call the enemy is no more the enemy than the birds in the sky or the fish in the sea. Do you call them the enemy?
The fish and the birds do not kill my people.
Yet they fare thee all the same. You slaughter them because it is just. You slaughter us because it is just to you. Are we not the same? Do we not bleed when cut? Do we not cry when loved ones perish? Many of thine people live their lives. We want no conflict with thee, yet you bring it out of hatred, out of misunderstanding. My soul weeps for them as it does for you,
You are monsters.
as you are to us.
The enemy exits stage left.
Does he try to trick me with such flowery words? Is thine enemy truly an enemy, or a misunderstanding? Is my blade bloodied for no reason? Father, hark!
Father enters stage right.
Boy, the battle is nearly won. 200 slain by the hand. A celebration we must have.
I have spoken with the enemy. They claim us the monsters. They claim us the destroyers of their way of life. Father, are they not the enemy?
Boy, do not let them pollute the mind. Their hatred, it runs deep.
As does ours, Father. I cut them, they bleed. I slay fathers and brothers, they lash out in vengeance. Are these not the same as us?
Do not speak such heresy, for one who is the weak link will remain the weak link. Those who sympathize with the enemy will be our downfall. Speak thee not such words. I have put 4 to the sword today for such treachery.
At this point, Darian's gonna kind of break character look a little bit and go, "For executed, say it isn't so, father."
It is so.
Father exits stage left.
He's gonna kind of like squint at the script a little bit and just read, "Men executed for free thought. Has thine father forgotten what we stand for? I look to the enemy, thine heart breaks for them. Thine quivers at the thought of harming them no more. No more suffering and bloodshed, not from me. I shall away for years, exiled from thine people, for I must not look thine father in the eye. Forgive me, father, friends, the enemy. I have failed ye all." I'm gonna kind of look at the hobbling director guy. Confused.
Exits. It exists stag right.
I was about to
Scene
make
two.
sure you're reading your directions
Scene two
correctly.
ends. Scene 3, and this time, boy, more power, more intensity. Narrator, you're up.
The boy has left, and in 13 years' exile, removed from the world. A hermit he is, alone and self-sufficient. He speaks not to his father, nor to the enemy. They are a distant memory.
The boy enters stage right, and the tree can come into center stage.
Good job, Tree.
Good
I'm actually
job,
not going to
Tree.
read the lines. I'm going to look at the director and say, who the hell wrote this?
Endelin Moongrave and that playwright guy that's an idiot.
And Endelin's in the
Yes,
the
she's
stands
watching.
at this point.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, she is watching.
Shake my head a little bit. Long have I traveled in exile, helped many, harmed many more. My sword is fresh with blood from those who would harm others, yet I am the monster still. 'Tis a life. I seek rest, rest from the day, rest from the weary world. I shall sleep.
The boy sleeps under the tree. And Joel just kind of looks and is like, lo, I am a tree? Not any tree, a tree of magic and wonderment. I come from a distant land, infused by strange power. I look to thee, boy, lay thee weary head upon thine roots, for your magic is your future. Use such powers for good. And the boy awakens.
I have awoken, power courses through thine veins. Stranger magic has touched me. This power, shall I use it to right thine father's wrongs? No. Thine father is too far gone. Thine power is too great. I shall go west.
Boy did travel west. Unaware his powers eat at his mind, slowly devour him, soon to consume him completely. Nothing but rage and malice left. Until then, he will fight to keep sanity. There is, however, another.
The fairy would normally enter stage right, but our narrator is the fairy, so the fairy is there.
Arthur's then going to cast thaumaturgy to change his voice to sound identical to Aster.
There you go.
Oh my god.
I am a fairy who hath lost thine way. Friends and family depart, I am alone. This world is a dark place for fairies. I fear death.
I see you, fairy. I hear you. Lost in a world much like myself. 'Tis such a difficult experience, or existence. I travel like the winds, and family is what I seek. Thine time is short, death knocks upon thine doorstep, and I hold back the door. I cry out, knowing time is short. Come with me, my fairy, keep me company in these trying times.
Boy, your words have touched me. You are an honorable man.
Honor is left me, for I forsook my people, I forsook my enemy. It burns because of me.
I know not your life, but I would like to know. Tell me, magical one. Tell me your ways.
Very well, walk with me.
The boy and the fairy exit stage right, except the fairy, who is the narrator now and stays on the stage.
Travel led to friendship and love, but the boy knew of his powers. It ate his mind, and eventually devoured his love. Tragedy. Lo, the tragedy!
Thine hunger grows too much of magic I must feed. Eat everything I see, poor fairy, a victim I could not save. Forgive me, thine sword continues to paint with blood. I have no recourse, I have no hope. Fairy, thine love has meant more to me than the world, than my father, than the enemy. Is there no hope for me?
Seeing Darian kind of draw away from the script and being like utterly confused and kind of understanding where this is going, Arthur's going to drop the thaumaturgy and I hold no contempt for thee. Thine love is eternally. I knew the risk. Boy, do not blame thee self for such events. Power at be have foretold and structured such a tale. Hope is not lost to this world. No, through you I see hope. Hope upon the horizon. A blinding white stallion, leading against the throngs of death. Warriors of all ages, an ancient evil arisen. Yet hope remains, built upon us. Yes, that is hope, my love.
Now the dramatic part. The boy and the fairy kiss.
Arthur will step forward and plant a giant kiss on Darian's lips.
Arthur plants
Oh
a
my
giant kiss on Darian's lips. The fairy dies.
And Arthur will drop to the stage.
O fairy, lost thee are by my hand. You speak of hop,
yet I see none. My power consumes me. There is little of thine mind left. Behold thine blade.
The boy stands and draws his sword.
Blade of my father, painted in blood of friend and foe. Of what hope could we dare bring? 'Tis nothing but sorrow we emit. O treachery! What hope could anyone speak of with us? What have I wrought? Hope? Ah! 'Tis a fool's thought. Blade, look at thee glimmer. Bring this tale to an end. I've never seen the word bring spelled out before. It really threw me for a
Yeah, no,
loop.
it's weird looking.
Thine powers soon consume me, yet I hold what little of my dainty remains. Sandy, I shall use my last request.
The boy stabs himself with the blade.
All-consuming power, be free from me. Let thy torment plague me no longer. Let hope ring out. If my love is true, then let it be. I am slain.
The boy dies.
So our tale of tragedy ends with a hope most foul afoot. What is this hope we see? In a palace of dreams thy eye will find. Such is the fate of the world.
And marvelous, marvelous, excellent. Everyone give themselves a round of applause.
Thank you.
Most excellent.
I would
Arthur's
like
gonna
to
kinda
say you
walk
might want
over
to get
to
some.
Darian and see if he's all right.
I would like to say you might want to get some spell check on there. There's a few typos, but other than that, you're good to
It's
go.
the other playwright. He's
Yeah,
very
no,
bad.
I
at
understand.
typing.
Yeah, no, we've
Horrible,
met him. He's
absolutely horrible. He writes this stuff in like an hour and then just gives it to us without even reading it. It's pathetic.
we're well aware. We have one of his works. Oh, it was dreadful to read.
I'm amazed they even let him on stage half the time. Utterly insane. He makes jokes about penises and all this stuff. It's just terrible. Most horrible thing.
While this conversation between Darby and this hobbling is going on, I'm going to pull Darian aside. Apologize for being a part of what that was, realizing what it was halfway through. See if he's okay.
Darren's gonna be kind of like quiet, somber, and then look you dead in the eyes, Arthur, and go, I don't think I'm getting out of here.
Well, put it honestly with you, there's many situations I didn't think I was getting out of. If I left it up to the other two hags, none of us would have gotten it out of here. So let's not put them in charge of what's going to happen to us.
Well, after we take out this next hag, if I seem like I'm gonna become too much of a threat, I'm just gonna pat his holstered pistol.
I understand.
'Cause I don't know if I can control it after the third one goes.
You on a bad day is typically better than me on a good one, so we'll see where it goes. I'll pat it.
All right.
As you are having the conversation, the yellow eyes that you assume are Endelyn Moongrave's retreat back into the black abyss above. And stage fright turns to you. Well, she didn't tell me to throw you out. Welcome to Motherhorn, my friends. You now have access to Motherhorn.
Wonderful.
And why don't we go ahead and we take a break and come back at 9:25.
Nice.
All right.
Deal.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We back.
Yeah.
Took a slightly longer break, but that is okay, and we will jump right back into it. You guys have finished your production of The Boy, and Motherhorn is open to you, so you may do whatever you want. Technically, Darby is the next on our tracker for exploration, though you guys are free to continue to discuss stuff if you would like.
Well, I mean,
You go
I
find
will
the bridge
reveal a
itself.
little bit more here so you can kind of get a better
Sorry.
idea of where possible like areas.
It's free to go anywhere. We might want to go somewhere slightly more private so we can figure out where exactly we need to go. Which direction?
Yes, I'm gonna.
You know what I'm catch my drift?
Yes, we gotta be able to talk to Dandelion.
Yes.
Dandelion.
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 Dandelion, that's the one. I was trying. Can
So
we
I-
see down this way at all, Ethan?
It is a hall that does fork. Dang it! Stop changing to hide. That forks to your right if you're facing it. Left on the screen, right if you're facing it.
Gotcha.
Well, I suppose that's probably better than anywhere, right? I mean,
Plus, there isn't people by it.
yeah, that's my thought. I will start heading over that way.
All right, so you make your way down there, Darby, and this is where those little checker marks come in for the underneath. You see a wooden platform is embedded in the stone floor at the end of this corridor. An iron lever is fixed to the wall nearby, and then there's a set of stairs that lead up into Motherhorn.
Alright, well, nobody's around, so I think we get Dandelion out and ask him which way we gotta go.
Dude, yeah, this is
Well,
what's happening.
I'll be 100% honest. I scaled the outside of this here place, busted into the first layer of the tower, fought my way through 3 guards to get to
Yes, we-
Gleam here,
Yep.
and then we went out the window. So
Okay.
I'm quite unfamiliar about this floor of Motherhorn.
What side of the castle was it on, at least?
Oh, it would be on the other end of the castle. So not, you'd have to go in a little bit deeper, and my guess up a floor or possibly 2.
Got it. So I think we want to go this way.
Well, there are stairs here too, so
Well,
True.
that would take us up a floor. Alright. Well, I'm curious. I will go, not standing on the wooden platform as much as I can. And I assume I understand what's about to happen, but I kind of want to pull the lever.
You pull the lever?
And I'm going to make sure no one is standing on the
No.
platform.
There
before
is
I do.
enough room on the sides that you can kind of like stand off and edge your way around without, being forced to stand on the platform. But you pull it, and all of a sudden you just hear like these gears starting to turn from below you as this wooden platform lowers down.
Not quite what I expected. I expected more of a quick drop, but that is interesting.
good to know.
Yeah.
Does the platform drop to like the ground outside of Motherhorn?
You peer down into a decently lit room, and it just appears to be another layer. Not necessarily part of the castle, but it appears to be under the stage and almost built into like the mountain.
Very
Might be a
interesting.
way out if we're looking for one. Creative.
Good to know. Suppose I'll just put the lever back up.
And as you do that, it eventually rises back up.
Okay, well, now we have that. So I don't know how we'd get back up from there if we weren't to go down. But I guess if we're good to go, we can.
I will say, Darby, when you peer down, because it's a large enough hole, you could actually see there's another lever down there.
Do we want to go up these stairs, or do we want to make the awkward walk across the hallway again? Of the auditorium.
I say go up these stairs. I think the stairs all lead to the same area, but I could be wrong.
All right, why not? We'll
And
go-
I'm only one voice, so
All right, I will say that is
I'll
the
just
end
go.
of Darby's initiative. And I'll just reveal this entire room here because it is pretty big. And Sentinel, you'll be next. However, you have found what appears to be a prop storage room of some kind. So this room is chock full of a variety of props and costumes. There seems to be no order in place. And Sentinel, you'd be the next on our list.
All right. Is there anything of interest as we look around the room?
You kind of begin to glance around Sentinel, maybe open some boxes, just look around at some of the storage chests. You find some powdered wigs with spiders on them, mouse traps that are 3 feet wide and 8 feet long, the parasol top with a copper weather vane.
Well, I mean,
Nice.
there are a bunch of costumes in here. If we need any forms of disguises, I suppose. So we are free to roam. I don't know. They're available.
I'll take a wig.
Okay.
No, you now have a powdered wig, and you shake it out, and the
Nice.
spiders fall out. Again, there are these like towering statues of Endlin Moongrave, just like overhead, identical to the one that you saw when you entered.
Full.
Definitely not weird.
And it's still you,
Let's
Sentinel.
head down this hallway here.
Okay, so you head down the hallway and kind of push past the statue. Oop, I just made this look really janky.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
So resting against the walls of the circular chamber are 3 dressing tables, each one with a mirror atop it. The mirrors are bordered by tiny balls of bright golden light. An ornate high-backed chair on clawed feet sits at each table. Slumped in one of the chairs is a bugbear dressed as a green dragon from the neck down. On the floor nearby are the fake dragon heads and tails that complete the costume. This bugbear looks all the more unusual because he lacks a shadow. And he's crying. He's kind of he's just weeping into his hands as he's in this dumb looking dragon costume.
Hello. You seem to be having a tough day.
Hurley is having the most awful day today. Hurley is having the most awful week, the most awful month, most awful year. That he is.
You know, sometimes life could be that way. Tell me a little bit about this awful year.
Hurley come here because Hurley's an actor, and he hears that Endlin wants actors to come and star in her big, fabulous place, so Hurley thought he could be a star. Well, he came, and he auditioned. What did Hurley get cast as? Oh, he didn't get cast as a handsome prince. He didn't get cast as a beautiful princess. He got cast as the dragon. He got cast as the ugly, stupid dragon. That's not what I wanted. And then Emily got so mad when I complained. She cut my shadow off. She cut my shadow straight off. And now she's letting it run loose here in the castle and harass people, and they think it's Hurley. And if Hurley don't do good in this performance, oh, Endlin tell Hurley he's gonna turn her into a mask. He's gonna become a mask for her.
Oh,
Strange.
wow. That seems like something I did not know could happen. But I call Joel over.
Joel kind of comes in. He's like, "What's up, Sentinel?"
I put my wing around him and I say, you know what, Hurley? This man right here, you know what he got cast as?
What do you get cast as?
A tree. Just-
Oh, he got cast tree! I would
Just-
have been a great tree!
You know, you would have been, you know, and different plays call for different things. And, you know, and maybe your play called for, you know, a green dragon, and this play called for a tree. You know, he got pushed around, pushed to the back, you know, and didn't get to have a big moment until the very end. And you know what? Joel took center stage as that big tree. And, you know, he may only had one line, but he made the most of that one line. And I think Joel did a mighty fine job.
He had lines. I don't even have any lines!
Well, even if you don't have a single line, Hurley, you know, you make the most of your moment. And when you're there and you take stage at some time, you make the most of that moment. And if she can't see that, then that's her loss. But if, you know, to us, Hurley, you're one of the greatest actors I've ever known, and I haven't even seen you yet. But I could just see something, you know, in you.
Persuasion roll, Sentinel.
All right.
Or deception roll. I will let you choose on that one.
Yes, I got.
Proficiency in
I
deception
got-
the other night.
Oh yeah, you
I
got
did.
deception last time.
That is a 17.
You,
Not a
you
bad
say
roll.
this to Hurley, you lie to Hurley essentially that you believe he's this great actor, and he kind of wipes his eyes. He goes, "You really think I could be a good dragon?"
I think you can. I know you can.
Okay. Well, Hurley's gonna go. He's gonna put on that dragon head, and he's gonna walk out on stage, and he's gonna do his mighty fine best. Okay? It's gonna be for
Okay.
you.
Thank you, Hurley.
Dedicate
You know-
this performance to you.
Do it.
And if
You
I
know-
can turn
Hurley.
into a mask, will you promise to wear me?
I'll wear you to the best of my ability. You know,
Okay.
I'm a fashionista, as you could tell, and so I know
I
even
was
if you
wondering
were
what
made of
that terrible set was. That's why I'm crying so much more.
you know, I'm sorry. You know, sometimes you just big personalities do that, and sometimes you just gotta wear it with pride.
Oh, Hurley, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You see, our next role involves us potentially being prisoners, so we want to do some acting research. Do you know where the prisoners are kept here?
Oh yeah. They're up on the next floor in the tower. Kind of almost not quite right above us, but a few doors down. You can't miss them.
Okay, thanks,
Oh,
Hurley.
but the door might not let you in, and you have special privilege to get through the door.
Oh, okay. How do we get that? We really want to make sure we kill this role as much as you're about to kill
Well,
this dragon
Angelin's
role.
got to give it to you. Oh, it's her face that's the door.
Oh, wonderful.
Gotcha.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, we were given free reign of the castle, so that would mean anywhere, including the prison.
All right, Hurley. Well, you know, break a leg out there, as they say on the stage. And if you ever come face to face with your shadow, or if we do too, you know, you stare it right in the face, and you know, and put it in its place, which is right back by your side.
Hurley can do that. Thank you, Sentinel. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right,
Oh,
you cheer
yeah.
up, big guy.
Give him a good old pat on the back, and he kind of gives you a pat on the shoulder, and you have this mutual like bonding moment together.
All right,
Anything else for you, Sentinel?
that's it.
All right, Arthur, we'll go back to the top with you.
All right. So, hearing that we're gonna need special privileges to get into the prisoner area, and hearing what those special privileges, the way to unlock the door is her face, I am going to walk over to. You said this squiggly line is also one of the statues
Yes.
of Adeline Moongrave. How high up off the ground is it?
It's high enough, but you probably could easily stand on Sentinel's back or pull one of these crates over and grab at it.
That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to attempt to break the head off of one of these statues.
All right, give me an athletics roll.
That's a natural 20 for a 23.
Not
So,
bad.
Arthur, you kind of leverage yourself. Your tail kind of like sticks into the ground under the box a little bit. You hold on, you yank it back. Surprisingly, a lot more brittle than you thought. You pull the head right off, and now you have a giant stone head of Endlin Moongrave.
I would like to use the wigs and various other costume things to see if I can make it look more lifelike. So less like a piece of stone, maybe throw some like paint or makeup on it or something.
Give me a. Ooh,
That's a great idea.
Disguise?
that is a good idea. Yeah, give me a.
Oh, I guess disguise is a thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say like disguise self is a
Deception?
spell, but
Because technically, she looks like a skeleton anyway, so she doesn't have to look too lifelike. But I
Yeah.
do get what you're doing, Darian. It's a
yeah.
great
So
idea.
the head I should describe is, it's like in the veil and stuff like that, so you can't really see the skull face. Give me also a deception check to see if you are able to disguise this thing properly.
18.
No,
Uh, you kind of are using the wigs and the makeups and all the things, and Arthur, as you're holding it, it still kind of looks like a stone statue, but in the right light, it very well could just be Endlin Moongrave's head.
Awesome. Let's try. It's worth a try, guys. Not to say foolproof, but
Yeah.
it's worth a shot.
Arthur, the head is too big for you to like put in your pack, though.
Right. Yeah. No, I figured I'd walk over to Sentinel and we can drop it into the bag of holding.
All right, it is in the bag of holding. You now have a stone head of Endlin Moongrave made up to look like the real head of Endlin Moongrave.
That's the whole name. You have to put that in there.
Yep.
All right.
So, all right, Darian, you are next on our list.
All right. Well, I guess we will march onward, looking for some stairs.
Adventure.
Yes. I will go up this way. Oh.
So the walls of this gloomy chamber are lined with black-veiled compartments that contain makeshift beds. The furniture is sparse, a few wooden tables and chairs, a box of junk in one corner, and a flickering lantern resting here and there. 5 performers occupy the room, 2 of them pace nervously while the others are weeping. They don't really pay you much mind.
Seems to be a common theme around here. No stairs, so let's move on. I'm gonna peek my way out this
Okay.
thing over here.
Do you guys continue to follow Darian?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, need to bother them.
Like we cared about the bugbear, but we don't care about the people.
Well, I mean, you know, bugbears are
This
people.
We can't solve everybody's problems.
It's true.
This magnificent hall is lined with stone bookshelves housing a library of leather-bound tomes. 3 elderly, bispectacled cobblings climb ladders to fetch books for 3 slender, cloaked figures who are reading while seated on overstuffed armchairs. These look very similar to Charm, who you met in Hither.
Interesting.
As you enter Darien, they kind of look up from their books and go, "Oh, the performers," and go immediately right back to their books.
Cool. Let's see. Is there anything of note, like any interesting books that pop out as I walk along the bookshelves?
As you go to touch the bookshelves, one of these dark creatures immediately gets up and almost runs over to you and says, "Do not touch the books, they are not for you."
Okay, sorry.
Excuse me, we were told we had free reign of.
Yeah.
You have free reins to explore the halls, you do not have free reign to the books. These are the most prized and precious tomes that Endlin Moongrave holds. It is where she drives her pain and sorrow for her place.
Well, if
Okay,
I really want to be doing
sorry.
things.
Aren't you a fun bunch?
Yeah.
Fluffy
Yes, he is.
little.
As he's done scolding you, he returns to his chair.
Guess I will round out the room and take a peep down this hallway.
Come on. There we go.
Well,
Oh,
Hallway to a door with some spiral staircase.
hey, I found stairs.
indeed.
And we'll move to Darby for exploration.
All right. Well, time for stairs.
I suppose so.
Sounds about right.
Let's go upstairs.
All right. Give me un momento while I get this situated.
Situated.
And I will move everyone. You will be traveling north on the map.
North.
And kind of see the small area that I have unveiled.
It is indeed a small area.
Where's my token? Oh, there I am. Okay.
Very tight quarters.
I'll open this up just a little bit. Can you guys see your tokens in the in the darkness? Is it just like floating in the darkness, or is it obscured as well?
It's also obscured.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
If we're in the dark, we can't see ourselves.
Good
We can
to
like
know.
kind of find it by just highlighting everything. It'll reflect it. But...
All right, you come up the spiral staircase here, Darby, and there is a door here that bears the visage of Evelyn Moongrave.
Well, I think we found our magical, mystical door.
You gonna do anything, or are you just gonna say
Oh,
that?
I
It's
mean,
still your turn.
yeah, I suppose I will approach the door and see if it'll do anything before we even need to pull out the stone head.
All right, so you approach the door, and 2 rusty suits of armor for hobblings and equipped with halberdge flank a large stone door bereft of handles, hinges, or decorations. It bears Endlin Moongrave's face or visage.
Sorry.
Do you wanna try to just open it?
Unless you just want to stand and look at it, yeah, I think we should open
All
it.
right, I will attempt to open the door.
It's your exploration turn,
I'm
Darby.
just asking
Alright,
what we want
how-
to do.
We are
Are you just
frozen
gonna, like-
in time,
Okay.
waiting
Are
for
you
to
just
say
gonna
what you're
like push on it? Are you gonna try it? What are you gonna try to do there? Darby.
It doesn't have a handle or anything, right? It's just like a.
Nothing. No hinges, no handles.
Then I will just attempt to push on it.
As you go to touch the door, the face almost comes alive and it's kind of moving in the stone. You can actually see like the rock begin to mold and take shape to take like the head, the full face and head of Endlin, and it goes, "You do not have the right to enter this place. Oh, ye who do not have the right."
Hey, Elden Ring, calm down. I was told that we had free reign of the entire castle, so I assumed that
not
would be here.
It's gonna work.
The prison.
So, I guess we would like to.
My lady's place.
Ladies? Place? Are you not her?
Ladies, nuts on your chin.
Hey!
Oh, that'd be so nice. Shoot, Darian.
Bang! Very Hulk in Avengers 2.
Yeah.
I am a seal of hers that she left here, but not of her either. For she is my lady and me at the same time.
Alright, Schrodinger. Well, we'd find a way in here, huh? Don't we? I suppose I will back up and we can attempt to pull out the head and see if that'll help, but I doubt it will.
You know that.
Doubter. He's a
You mean
doubter.
this-
Darby, one thing I will notice as it talks, its mouth opens, you can actually see into the room behind it.
Interesting. Oh boy.
Climb through its mouth.
And,
That mouth isn't gonna be big enough to fit a person.
no, but I mean, you know, technically, as long as I can see the other side, I can misty step.
Ethan, how
But
big is the mouth?
yeah,
It is, depending on how wide it opens.
Somebody has Misty Step and they can see while it talks. You can
Somebody
get
has
into the room.
pixie potions.
two of us have misty step.
Yeah,
technically.
you can Misty Step in. And
The problem is I only get one per
Let's see if
long
the head
rest.
works. Let's see if the
It
head
is.
works. I worked hard on that. I ripped
Yeah.
that head off.
We can
and
pull out
just-
the head and we can present it.
You mean
I know.
this lady?
That is a stone head.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, we figured.
Reward my creativity, DM.
If you had actually killed my lady, I would also be gone.
What do you mean? This is the whole of your lady. This isn't just her head. This is her. You don't recognize Adeline Moongrave? How
Oh.
dare you?
I have a direct link to her. I can sense that it's not her.
Doesn't seem like you do, because this is her.
It does not believe you in any capacity.
I don't believe it knows.
That is fair. That is valid. Well,
Door, can you be opened from the inside?
Why do you want to know?
someone got
I'm
trapped
just-
inside. You know, how would they get
Just
out of it?
curious
Just
about the security.
Oh.
Why should I tell you?
Okay, fine, don't. Jeez.
Oh, I mean, you never know.
You sound a little sick.
Yeah.
Can you say for me like
Yeah,
real loud?
we gotta check on those
Going to,
door
while
downstairs.
while Sentinel is talking to the door, I'm going to try and let Darby know, like, get to the other side of the door. Like, I'm trying to indicate to them they're both having conversations with this thing. You can see, get in there.
Just understand, if I go in, I can't come out.
Oh my god, I'll do it. Okay, so
I
once he
only
starts
get one
talking,
per
I'm gonna
long
nip-
rest, mechanically speaking. I
So
can't leave.
real quick for Sentinel, because he did ask that
Yep.
she wasn't sounding good. Give me a persuasion roll, or deception roll, Sentinel.
That was a 19.
Nice.
Somebody has been telling me I sound a bit hoarse. And it kind of opens its mouth just enough where a medium person could jump through it very quickly.
I'm gonna take the stone
do
head
it.
and shove it in their mouth to prop it
Sentinel, as its
open.
mouth opens, you grab the stone head and you jam it into
That's
the
tough.
door's mouth, and it kind of claps down, and it's like struggling against the head. It can't fully shut its mouth, and it just leaves a big enough hole for the lot of you to crawl through, with Sentinel probably needing a little bit of pushing and pulling to get through.
He's got a Winnie
Okay,
the Pooh
perfect.
situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's gonna get stuck a little bit. All right. Well, I'm jumping
While
through
it's struggling,
quickly.
while it's struggling with its mouth being shoved open by the stone head, I'm going to say, see, it does look like now. It looks like you have a direct link with Edelyn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Much better. Much better. Well, I think it's time we.
Access
inside.
granted.
Yep.
I will say too, the spiral staircase that you guys came up goes up further too.
Okay. Good to know.
All right, you guys enter into this cell. So in one of the cells, you see an elf. Her face partially hidden under a sun mask is curled up on a bed, reading a book while sipping wine from a thin crystal goblet. Other items in the cell include a crystal decanter of wine, a bowl of figs on a small table, a golden embroidered wall tapestry depicting a wooded elven realm, and porcelain chamber pot decorated with gold filigree.
Well, you don't look very imprisoned.
Who are you? Aren't you a little tall for a darkling?
Yes. We're here to get you out, and also probably kill the hag.
And I'm going to take
And your part
the
of that.
pirate hat off of Gleam to show her sister to her.
And Gleam is like, Glimmer! And they kind of run to the bars and, take each other's hands in a, fun embrace.
You could wait till we got her out. It wouldn't be that hard.
Oh, it's been a hot minute. Give me a second.
Okay.
I've been here for, not a few days, and Andelyn's treated me okay, but I don't know, she kept saying something about turning people into masks, and I was worried what might happen to me. I'm so glad you're all here. Who helped you get in here?
Gwendolen herself, you could say.
Dandelion. Owner
That
is
would be
Dandelion.
me, my fair lady. He pops up on Sentinels from under Sentinel's cloak. And I apologize that I was not able to rescue you at the time. But sometimes a flower's gotta do what a flower's gonna do. And he is gonna leave. And that is what a dandelion does.
Leave.
I'm going to, while they're having this conversation, I'm going to try to unlock her cell door.
You are able to do it. I won't even make you roll for it.
Nice.
So now, Gleam or Glimmer is free. I need to update here.
Who's Glisten? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Glister.
Yeah, it was Glister
Glisten.
originally, but I needed to update it. So she is now free, and I'm just gonna take her token off as she has joined the party.
Nice.
And
Sure,
kind of both
that's fine.
sisters are like, "Great, we can leave now."
Not
Not exactly.
quite.
Well, we gotta kill the
Yes.
hag.
Yeah, we need an eclipse, sun, moon, as I point to both of them.
Stand in
What
front of one another.
the blue-haired, strange hat-wearing fellow was saying is that we need
Okay.
you two ladies to do some kind of mystical, sexy voodoo dance that is going to strip Endlin Moongrave of all her amazing immortal powers through some type of eclipse. that your masks currently are using. Oh. I guess that would explain why Endelin's been keeping us here, but why would she keep us in the same prison together?
Yeah, these paranoid types don't usually think that far ahead.
I guess that's a good point. Well, I don't know what we can do, but Endelin's usually in her audience chamber when she's not watching a play.
Do you think there's more to it? Is there any? You guys don't seem to know anything about this eclipse
Oh,
thing either.
yeah.
Which it doesn't bode very well.
Beam, how about you put the mask back on? We'll see
Yeah,
if
we're
someone
in a safe
comes
enough
here.
spot, I believe.
So, Gleam does put the mask back on, so her and her sister are now both wearing their masks as they kind of stand next to each other. Sentinel, you have your detect magic ability, right?
Yep.
You can kind of get this strong, like, magical sense, and no one else can see it unless you cast detect magic, but Sentinel, as they are close to each other, you can actually see, like, an eclipse forming, like, from the auras of their masks, and if they were to stand right behind each other, it would create a full visage of this magical eclipse.
Now let me try something. Can I see both the masks?
Sure. They take them off and hand them to you.
I was gonna go like this.
They do
Which-
nothing. Sentinel, the moment the masks come off, they lose all their magical property.
Interesting.
Very strange.
So when we get into Edelin's chamber or near Edelin, we're gonna need you guys to stand exactly like this. I'm gonna show them how they stood, or Sentinel explained it,
Okay.
and that should do it.
And you'll
We'll take
kill
care of
Endelin Moongrave.
Yeah, we'll
That's
take care
the
of the
plan.
rest.
Yep.
Fusion Ha.
Fusion Ha.
Just don't.
Okay.
Okay, now you gotta promise us something though. No matter what happens, you need to stay out of danger, but you can't leave or panic. Because if you two split up or step out of this arrangement here, I'm assuming her magic will return to her.
Can do. We'll do our best to keep the magic circle going, or the eclipse going.
I would offer to turn them invisible, but given how that went the last time,
Yeah.
seems like a bit of a
Yeah, she
waste.
saw me like I was
Yeah.
standing right in
No,
front of her.
yeah, no,
So
I know. That's why I'm saying like, I would offer, but it's probably not going to help.
all right, back through the creepy door.
If it'll let us.
Its mouth is still open, so
Can we just open it?
its mouth is open from the thing. It can't close it. You can just crawl right through it.
That's right. There's no like hinges or anything on this door. All right.
Sentinel, you would be our next explorer.
I turn around towards the face and just say, "Can you say one more time?"
Ah!
And I grab the stone
It
head.
immediately chomps down and is like, "That was most rude."
I'm so sorry. Really, it's just you got a friend and we really needed them and you just didn't seem like you were going to work with us, so sorry.
Not accepted.
That's okay. All right, you have a good one. And I just leave the head and I just kind of set it next to the door
Okay.
and leave it there
Another-
for
Now there are two heads by the door that
Yep.
look like Endelin Moongrave.
and then let's
Go.
go.
Let's
So,
go.
Oh.
Are we trying to explore some more? Or are we trying to find this audience chamber?
I'm
Well,
trying to find the audience chamber.
I think now that we have both of the eclipse here, we probably want to just get there before anything bad happens to either of them.
Okay.
Don't need to
Do
put
we
them at
think
risk.
that's on this floor or back down towards the main
It's on this
area?
floor.
Oh,
Oh.
well, that's very helpful.
Thank you.
Do you happen to know where?
Well, if you step out where the big wheelie mabobber mechanical thing she's got, I believe it's one of the rooms off of there.
All right, let's head that way.
Go to the wheelie mabopper thing.
All right. So Sentinel, you will step into the room
Wheelie
with the
mabobber.
mabobber.
Wheelie mabopper thing. Whatever that is.
William Bauer thing activate.
Oh
Oh,
wow, that sure is a wheelie bobber thing.
oh, this
Just
got
size of bones.
lightning.
The cylindrical chamber houses a whirling contraption bolted to a revolving metal disc that serves as its base. Metal spheres and sickles are attached to the ends of long
Oh.
metal arms that sweep back and
Lost
forth.
Ariad.
Oh no! Clicking loudly and rhythmically
Oh,
like
boy.
the hands of a giant metronome. The apparatus is inlaid with characters from strange alphabets and smoky wisps in the shapes of these letters.
He said his
Rise from the
internet's taking a
contraption
nap.
as it resolves. The whole device hums and crackles with lightning. Rising from the middle of the mechanism is an 8-foot tall copper pole made of 8 10-foot long lightning rods attached end to end. It extends upwards past a ring shaped gallery that forms the chamber's upper level through a keyhole in the 50-foot high dome ceiling. 3 goblins wearing overalls and tinted goggles use brooms to sweep the floors, seemingly untroubled by the noise. A crash of lightning strikes the top of the devices and seems to power it.
Apologies for the layout. It is not designed for this. I literally would have to rebuild all of it.
Why don't we take a 5-minute break, see if Darian gets his
Yeah.
internet fixed, and then if not, we'll figure out from there.
Sounds
We can
good.
always, I know it's a little early, but we could technically call it if we need to.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. If his thing is junked
It's
out,
been a little too rough. All right.
we'll take a few minute break here, and if not, we'll come back and sign off if he's not able to fix his stuff.
Hey, all right, we're good.
We are
good.
fixed
Back.
again.
He's back.
Only minor technical
Minor
difficulties,
inconveniences.
but we've had. I feel like it's been technical difficulties the last 2 weeks. It's been fun.
Yeah.
So,
happens.
anyways, just to do a quick summary of this room, there's this big whirling metallic instrument that's spinning. It has all of these like engravings of it looks like characters and languages, and lightning strikes it and seems to keep it going and seems to power this place in more ways than one. And then these hobblings are in here. They're in like these kind of like goggles, and they've got like these almost like rubber looking like coats on, and they're scrubbing the floors, which seem to burn as like this thing's energy is like singeing the areas around it.
Do I recognize any of the languages?
What languages do you know?
Elvish, Orc, Chicken Speak, and Common.
The only one you don't see on there is Chicken Speak.
Do I recognize any of the language?
Basically, you recognize there are multiple languages, probably every language you speak. You all at least recognize some type of language on there. And as it
What does it
spins and
say?
goes by, they are grand tales and stories that are legends of these different like races and languages. But some of the stories you do not recognize because they come and hail from other worlds.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Great.
Jinx.
But like some common legends that we would have, like,
Oh, yeah,
known,
definitely
like
some-
culturally
I
and
mean,
stuff.
Yeah, there's one of them is the whole beckoning story from Elyssia that everyone knows so well.
Is there one about Meepo?
There is one about Meepo.
Excellent.
I need to take that one down. Well,
Well met, fellow engineer.
oh boy.
He kind of looks up at you and, hello, we're scrubbing here.
Yeah, you know, what this thing do?
Oh, this is how Ednalyn gets all her powers to make her stories.
Oh, like
Very
the
powerful.
great plays and writings of Endolin come from this machine.
Every tale known to history comes from this machine. She absorbs it, uses it to write her plays.
Wow.
Oh,
And you guys maintain this thing, keep it running.
We sweep the floors because if the floors burn too much, they'll collapse and kill everyone below.
Yeah, that
Gotcha.
would be bad.
Oh, if you cross through here, don't touch the machine. You'll get zappies, and zappies hurt.
I would assume. It looks like it's painful.
Gotcha. What if this thing stops working?
It's never stopped working. I mean, it stopped once or twice, but it kicks itself up pretty quickly again.
Gotcha. Well, how often does Endelyn come and absorb some stories?
Oh, she's in her audience chamber right now, absorbing away.
Oh.
Which way is that?
Right here.
Noted.
Man, you've just been so helpful.
Yeah.
Thanks. You guys keep sweeping away. Make sure that you keep this whole place, tip-top shape so that we all stay safe.
Or
Well,
don't. You
Yeah.
could always just stop.
You can go take a
I'm
break.
sure-
I
I'm
don't, we
sure-
don't. We
I'm
actually
sure-
like what we do.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure.
better than being the actors. If you see how miserable all those schmucks are.
Well, if you like what you do, never do it for free. I'm sure you could be making more money, especially if
Oh,
you guys.
she pays us.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she could
Okay.
pay you better. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
We
this
get
sounds like
paid
it.
40 silver a week.
This
She could pay
sounds-
you 80.
Yeah.
She could, I guess.
She could
What
pay
do
you
guys
5
think?
gold a
we should-
week.
You could all kind of band together and form what's that called?
We should
Like
unionize.
There
unity.
you go,
Yeah,
union.
How do you guys feel about becoming a union? What's that? I don't know. They just talked about it, though. It sounds cool.
It can be.
Does that mean I have to pay money to someone who won't do anything for me? Yeah,
No.
probably.
Nope.
No, not quite. I mean, well,
That's
it
not how,
depends.
that's a misrepresentation. That's what the corporations want you to believe.
Oh. Well, we're gonna keep sweeping until we can get this union thing off the ground.
There you go.
There you go.
You do that.
Just an idea.
Keep them thinking.
All right, and I start heading this way to this door.
Does everyone join them?
Yes, I will
I
conga line behind
suppose-
Sentinel.
Oh, that is a tiny room.
That is a creepy token.
We
Go
like
ahead and move yourselves in the room.
So,
So the walls of this chamber are jet black with gold-painted scrollwork where the walls meet the ceiling and each other. Ornate high-backed armchairs face a raised dais. An alcove in the back of the dais is half hidden by a black curtain. An Endelyn Moongrave sits almost meditatingly in the center of this stage thing. And as you enter, her eyes don't open, but she speaks. I see you have arrived, as expected.
Yep, we have.
I
You know-
enjoyed your performance immensely. I'm sure that you liked it most of all, Darian Kips.
Yeah, I could see there was a lot of inspiration from Bofa.
What's Bofa?
Both of these nuts
Oh,
on your chin.
God.
There it is.
I throw
We
a yellow
just-
card at Darian.
Our roll today.
I'm casting hold person on Darian. No more.
I'm gonna. If he's casting hold person on Darian, I'm going to use the last vial of the super poison I have. For a
Get
point
advantage,
blank
nat
instant
20.
crit with sneak attack.
There you go.
Oh, what's that? You
I
didn't want to take
assume-
60 damage? Alright. That's just the sword.
Assume you have come to kill me like you did my sisters.
Well,
Assume correctly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
you would've
perhaps
taken on
I
the
can
jumper
offer you an alternative.
We'll humor you.
I can guide you to the Palace of Heart's Desire using my own power. If you give me Yarn as my own untouched, and I will also grant you immense, bearable powers that you've never seen using my oratory.
As nice as that promise is, and I do speak mostly for myself, but I think my compatriots here will agree. We've been promised immeasurable power by 2 other hags, and you see how well that went. And I'm going to point at Jamie's belt with the 2 other heads. It's really nothing personal. It's more just business. And we were already told we can get to the Palace of Heart's Desire as soon as you're dead. So you're not really promising anything that we haven't been promised before.
Allow me to
rephrase the question. Your friend Darian Kipps is being consumed by a madness that he cannot control. What if I told you I could save his life?
That's a little more tempting.
How?
What guarantee would we have that you're not lying to us?
I am the reason that he has the power and the madness flowing through his body. Currently, my sister's powers have nowhere to go, so they congregate within him. If he were to flow that power into me, then he would be released of it.
Yeah, that does not sound like a good idea.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Then we do not have a deal.
Can we flow that immense power into, say, like one of those guys out in the lobby there, hanging out? They seem like
One
real
of the
nice
sweepers,
guys.
maybe. Yeah, they're doing a great job. They deserve a little bit of
The
something.
only reason Darian Kipps maintains his sanity is because a certain Fey-touched creature has given him the power. You can tell from the antlers on his head. Without that, it would drive any of you into immense insanity, and you would break down and turn into nothing.
I don't know about that.
Mindless creatures, only capable of feasting.
That didn't answer his question. We'd really like to just give one of those sweeper guys the immense
They,
power.
they would
They
break
would go
down and
rampant.
go insane immediately,
Right, but
and
at the
he would
end-
still be stuck with the madness.
oh, what? But wouldn't? Okay, I guess my theory was we'd give them the power, they would fall into madness, but then the power would be gone, and then he wouldn't have to deal with it anymore.
The
But
power
you
needs
just
to
give it to
go
somebody.
somewhere.
do you have like
Right.
an urn or a vase we can put it in?
A vase.
If I did, I would try.
Perhaps some form of, holy symbol, like channel it towards, really anything.
What you say,
Ornate
Darian Kipps,
scroll.
It's your decision, as the others cannot influence it. Do you wish to give me the power and save yourself? Do be aware, if you strike me down, there will be no place for it to congregate. No valve to release it. It will well inside of you and grow and slowly consume your mind until the only thing you can do is feast. You've become a lovely pawn for us.
Do you want the remainder of the power in exchange for my life?
Exactly.
How does this power transfer work?
I simply need access to your body, and I will reactivate the valves that flow the energy into my sisters and flow it within myself. The only reason we agreed to this was so that we could maintain our powers equally, but now that they are dead, I will freely take what is theirs.
I'm gonna turn around to the group. Say, guys, what are the odds that I can overpower this power transfer thing and take her power instead? I do have the power of the other two hags, and she is only one.
There's a chance. My fear is that she knows what she's doing, you don't.
This is true.
Yes, that's my experience with the
And
situation.
that's a gamble.
That's a gamble I don't know if I would even take.
Yeah, no, if she gets the power of the other two hags, it's basically game over
That is
for
also
this
correct.
entire realm, forever, as well as us. So, it's a lose-lose for me, but it can be a win-lose for you guys. So we're gonna go with the win option.
Well, in fairness, we're taking her word that it's a lose for you.
It's true.
Yes, we don't know for sure.
The power
Well,
could
they
just
haven't
dissipate.
they haven't
Yeah.
really lied about anything yet, so that's concerning. But
Then we'll find another way.
all
We
right,
got this princess.
we do.
Yeah. Plus, Jamie can't do anything until he gets back with Joel, so.
I do a little neck crack. Well, we doing this?
I think so.
Chosen to die then.
Call an ambulance, but not for us.
All right, everyone. Please give me an initiative roll.
Oh God.
Help, help! Somebody call an ambulance! But not for me!
So, anyways, I started blasting.
I love that.
Started blasting them.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
it's
I did not roll
Arthur's.
incredibly well. Oh, jeez! The coin is back!
Dang, Joel.
Rolled a 17 and I got a +7, so here we go.
I need to pull up Jamie's character.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have a lot of really weird things to do now that he has his
Artificer.
homunculus.
Artificer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot
Yeah,
about
he's got the
that.
homunculus now. He's got what does he
Nurse.
call it? Nurse?
Calls
Yeah.
a nurse.
Yeah, nurse. Nurse.
Nurse.
The big thing to note is
Hello,
it
nurse.
can channel his spells for him.
Yep.
So he can cast his. I assume
That
he
was
probably has a
terrible.
healing word or something, or
That was a
cure
terrible
wounds.
roll, Brim. Sentinel, did you add yourself into the thing?
But he can
He's
cast that
getting
now
there.
through
Hang now.
Nurse, which is very good for him.
All right.
We're fighting this hag now.
Arthur, you're up.
All right, here we go.
Very tiny arena.
Arthur's going to, before going up against her, because he knows what he must do, he is going to run over to where Glimmer and Gleam are. Position them kind of near this doorway where my character's standing, and
Yep.
set them up to stand where they need to for the ritual to take place.
Sentinel, you can sense that the eclipse has happened. You can actually kind of see like Endolin scream a little bit as this thing has appeared before her.
Nice.
I'm assuming that would be my action to do so, so I'm going to set up there. I will draw my scimitars and stand in front of them, so that way she can't come towards them, kind of block guard.
Okay.
And I will take the dodge bonus action.
Sounds good. Joel
Okay.
will go next. He's going to move forward one. He's going to take a swing.
Yeah, yo.
Vin
He
Diesel.
will unfortunately miss, which will be his turn. So Darby.
It's very cramped in here,
It is.
but always use a little help. And I will chuck the shadow card behind Endolin.
Okay.
And summon
It's your
the
time.
bouncer.
Comes the bouncer.
We will continue to take despair mode. It'll be despair form. So if she starts her turn, or I mean anyone that starts her turn within 5 feet of it, except for me, will lose 20 movement.
So crazy.
It's so good.
What is it again? It's 35.
35 HP as of right now, and it has an AC of 14
Ah, yes, I was right this
because
time.
it is being cast as a 3rd level spell. Next level,
Yeah.
that is going to change,
There you go.
and it'll actually gain a 2nd attack.
And Darby, you can control it.
All right. I'm on ruler. Yeah. All right, we're good. So that'll be my action. I will stand where I am, and I will tell my bouncer that, yet again, it's time to throw him out the venue.
Go ahead.
And he will go, and he will clock her dead in the face.
He'll smack his elbow.
Hopefully.
Go in.
Says 2 hit. Not good. He gets +8. That is an 11.
That will miss.
Gosh.
Yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it.
So he goes to punch, and her like visage, she kind of just glides to the side, and he just hits her like dress, basically.
He will crack his neck, cock the guns, otherwise known as his arms, and try to shake it off. And that'll be
Alright.
both my and the bouncer's turn.
Endolin is going to attack Sentinel.
Not Sentinel.
Well, that is
Make
actually
2
a
attacks
pretty-
with a whip.
Ooh. Don't see those very
Does
often.
a 12 hit you, Sentinel?
It does not.
Does a 19 hit you, Sentinel?
It
That
does not.
does.
So it's going to do 4d6 of psychic damage to you.
Ugh,
Oh.
the one
hello.
thing you hate to see as a barbarian.
Oh wow, that is a whopping 8 psychic damage. I rolled 3 ones.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
Great for us.
And that is going to be her turn, Mr. Kips.
See
All
ya.
right. I am going to give her old smacky after casting a favor foe on her. Which I know you're supposed to cast favor foe after you hit the attack, and then it does more damage. But I'm casting it beforehand, so yeah,
That's fine.
what we're doing.
That's supposed to you can do it after.
I almost rolled a D10 to figure
Oh,
out
that would have sucked.
if I was gonna hit. Okay. Dirty 20 to hit.
That will hit her. Damage?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17 points of damage.
Ooh.
Darian, how would you like to kill her?
Oh wow, okay.
Whoa. I guess I will. I wasn't going for a kill shot, so I was just going for like right
Just
on
a
like maybe
normal
the
swing, yeah.
shoulder or something, just like a downward swing. I guess I accidentally cut her in half.
Yep. So you take your greatsword, you swing down, expecting that you might cut her in half, and as you hit it, nothing but cloth falls to the ground. This is not the real Endolin Moongrave.
Ah, shit.
Frickin' Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, boy, gotta come up with a silly fake name for her.
You can hear cackling on the floor above you.
Oh,
Those sweepers lied to us.
or they just didn't know.
Yeah, they thought it was the real.
They lied and now they must die.
No.
Alright, Endolin Moon Fake is on the count for Darian.
Nice. All right,
Alright.
Arthur, you would be the next one in the initiative counter.
Oh boy. How long do I get concentration on my bouncer?
Oh, maybe like an hour.
You said there was a big like black curtain back here, right?
Yeah, I got an hour
Yeah.
left.
There
I'm
is
gonna check to see what's behind the curtain.
a wall, a stone wall.
Wah, wah.
Dang.
A wall behind the curtain.
All right. I'm gonna make
name
my
of the
way
next
out this way and make my way towards the spiral staircase. Just begin walking our way.
So
up.
as you step out, Arthur, you see, much to the surprise of the first hobbling, two other ones have turned into nothing but dust on the ground.
Oh.
Strings are kind of like piled up where their corpses were. And this one's just kind of freaked the hell out right now.
You mean like marionette strings?
Exactly.
What happened?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the hobbling what happened.
I don't know. They just all collapsed like that.
Just like a second ago? Like when did this happen?
Yeah. Just literally like a second ago.
What's going on? All right, guys, let's move.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
I'm gonna usher us towards this staircase if I can.
All right. Is everyone going to head up the stairs?
I will.
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
The bouncer is coming with me with all 40 feet of his movement.
If you guys would move your pawn over just to the right of you, you will see you are now above the. I'm going to reveal this whole area here mostly. You are now above the oratory, or the contraption. And you can move yourselves out a little bit. I'll grab Joel and Jamie. So you kind of are stay right where you guys are on that side there as you guys make your way up here to the viewing gallery. The stone railing that encloses this ring-shaped balcony has balusters shaped like hourglasses. And then as you look down below, you can see that whirling attraction, and all of a sudden from like the top, there's a huge hole in the ceiling where the lightning is striking, and it's launching down from the between you through the hole, striking the object, and that like black maw that's above you that you can't really see anything of. You can get some glimmers, just a few glimmers here and there of a spectral shape. And slowly you begin to see as marionette strings begin to dangle down from the darkness, and wrapped in four of them is like these bodies, almost people writhing and screaming as these marionette strings have pierced them in every way, contorting and moving them in ways that they cannot control themselves as it presses them down into the stone flooring and begins to slowly encase them in the spot. They're screaming, they are begging for your help. And finally, from the darkness above you, you can see a very dark skeletal figure appear, double the size that it was within the viewing chambers, as it kind of begins to descend down from the darkness. Large skeletal arms reach out, holding a whip that is easily 3 times the size of the one that struck you, Sentinel. You now see the true form of Endlin Moongrave. And now I will need real initiative rolls from everyone.
Real initiative.
Maybe I can roll better this time.
We got real
I
fake
rolled
initiative.
exactly the same.
Oh, there we go.
Mine was the real initiative.
Feels bad.
Yeah.
If it's gonna let me enter it in.
Well, you know, everyone's. So. I think this bouncer lasts for an hour. However, sorry, Sentinel. With how we're positioned, you will lose 20 feet of movement.
All right, I got 5 extra.
Darby, I think your guy or this person might be on top of your dude too.
I moved him under me.
Sweet.
Yeah,
All right.
They were, and then I moved them out of the way.
Let me get some different fun music in here as you guys prepare to fight the real form of Endlin Moongrave. And one thing I will say that you guys can sense is that if Scabbeth and Nightshade was considered to be the most powerful of them, Endlin Moongrave is surprisingly emitting a immense amount of like just pure energy and power. Arthur, you are first.
So she's suspended above this hole there, so there's not any way I'm gonna be able to make any melee attacks against her, correct?
You would have to shoot her.
Okay. Who's this dude?
He is a guy screaming for help, covered in marionette arms that are, strings that are like moving his arms. He's almost like, think of it like spider webs, except it's just marionette strings.
Okay. So for
that
me
the
to
same
like
for the
try
other
and
two?
free him from the marionette strings, you know, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna run over here. I'm gonna run past Darian. I'm gonna try and free this gentleman from the marionette strings with my scimitars.
Give me an attack roll.
Okay. And I want to be clear, I'm not attacking him. I'm trying to get him free of the strings. Okay. That is an 18.
That will hit. However, Arthur, as you begin swiping at the marionette strings, cutting them, more and more just seem to like crowd around his body.
Does this... shoot. Do they control his arms in a way to where, like, they'd be throwing his arms in the way of my attacks? Like, does it look like it's gonna be, like, forcing him to be hostile, or is it
It
just
almost looks like
him?
it's trying to protect him.
Okay. Then I am going to, slide away. I'm not gonna bunch up. I'm gonna move around him, and because of my Rakkus Audacity, I'm not gonna garner any, opportunity attacks. And I'm gonna move over here, and then... What do I want to do for bonus action? Bonus action, I am going to cast Hex on Endlin Moongrave.
Okay. Bring that up so it represents that he's connected. There's no save for that, right?
No. It is
What
just
color
a-
would you like?
do black.
I don't have that color. I have red, blue, green, orange, purple, pink, or yellow.
Purple, do purple.
Purple it is. She is hexed.
What
Which
what ability
hex?
would you like to choose? Yeah,
I will do
only for ability
Wisdom.
checks. So.
Wisdom, okay.
Yeah.
Her wisdom is now hexed.
Disadvantage.
Well,
on all
actually,
wisdom
what does it
ability
say?
checks.
What is hold person, Darby? what save
It
is
doesn't
it?
matter. It's
Oh, it's not a save. It's not an
yeah.
ability check.
Hex is
Okay,
only
yeah,
for
so
ability
wisdom.
checks.
Wisdom. Okay.
Also, this is concentration as this hold person, the bouncer.
What
Never-
size does hold person work on to?
Well, person needs to be humanoid, which I doubt
Yeah,
she is
she is-
considered.
She is not.
'Cause
Yeah, she is
it's-
Never
not.
mind. No
person.
worries. So
Yeah.
I hexed her. Wisdom.
Okay.
It just has to be humanoid though. Doesn't specify size.
All set, Arthur?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Darian.
All right, seeing Arthur struggle, I guess
I
I
will
will.
state too, the moment the fight started, Gleam and Glimmer took their stance. The
positions.
eclipse is happening.
All right.
ask about
I
that.
guess I will favored foe the big evil hag,
Okay,
and I will shoot her
go ahead and give me a roll.
with me bow. 15 to hit.
That will actually miss her. It gets caught up within the marionette webbing.
Right, I'll go for another shot. Wow, 16 to hit.
That will also miss and get caught up in the marionette webbing.
Unfortunate.
Let's see. I want to check these doors, but it's kind of crammed over there.
Yeah.
Am I able to easily move through the doors with my movement?
They are locked.
Okay, then. I will stay put.
Okay. So all of a sudden, from over here, the person is forcibly stood up by the marionette strings, and their arm begins to get wrapped in a whole bunch, and they go to whip at Darby, with a long-ranged spell, or a long-range attack. That is a natural one. That will miss you.
Oh, good.
Joel is next. He kind of runs out, and he's like, "What do you want me to do?"
Protect the sisters.
Yeah. That's about the best.
All right, Joel will actually stand back and stand with the sisters and hold Vin Diesel up to protect them. That will be his turn.
Just holding up Mark.
So Andalyn, the big hag, will now make 2 attacks with her lash, one on Darian and one on Darby.
Oh, boy.
Pretty rude.
First on Darian,
Yeah, very
not
rude.
rolling hot tonight. That is a 15,
That'll miss.
and one on Darby. That is a 19.
That hits.
That'll be 4d6 plus 3.
I'm ready to make a Constitution saving throw. What's another damage?
11 points of psychic damage to you.
Not the worst. I can make that. I can make that save. I failed the save. Goodbye, bouncer. Rolling a big 5.
And then she is going to telekinetically move you 5 or 10 feet, and she's going to fling you just right here. Because these are 10-foot squares.
I thought she was gonna drop you off the
hole.
into the machine below.
That is her turn. Darby!
Well, bouncer's gone. That's unfortunate. These are 10-foot spaces too, huh? Dang. That is unfortunate with this positioning. Dang. How big is that? 20-foot area? Yeah. I am going to do something I haven't done in a while. We're gonna huck out a whole bunch of glowing coins, chips, cards,
Fairy fire.
and we're gonna fairy fire or payday, if you will, anything in this 20-foot cube. So these two. And
What save?
It is, I believe, a dex save. Yes, dex save of 16.
She will fail, and
Nice.
technically they all fail.
Nice.
So what color would you like?
Let's make fairy fire green.
I thought you were gonna say red.
I actually was thinking red, and then I was like, I'll make it green.
Nope, it's,
Does-
it's Christmas green now.
Because technically my options are blue, green, or violet according to the actual written text. So we'll go with green. That is unfortunately my action,
Fairy fire has been activated.
but you have advantage on attacks against anyone that's fairy fired.
Huge.
Everyone does. And that'll be my turn. I will stay where I am.
Sentinel.
Alrighty. I will head over here, and I'm gonna touch Mr. Kipps right in the chest, and the one of my jewels will go and will stick right to his chest And for 10 minutes, you have a D3 whenever you make an attack roll or an ability check, and you add that to your D20.
I forgot you
Nice.
took Bard.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
it's a sort of bardic
It's part of
Yeah,
his
it's part of his
barbarian.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wild magic.
I forgot that had that as well.
It's
It's
so
a really,
cool.
it's a really nice feature to have. Imbuing people with magic.
It is.
All right, anything
It's
else
weird
you
that
said?
it's a D3, not a D4. So roll 6 and.
Yeah, roll 6, take
That
half.
too.
Have
All
fun.
right. That is my action, and then I will.
Get angry.
I'll get a little angry.
Oh, angry
Will
chicky.
Angry Sentinel.
Angry chicky.
And
Rage.
hey, buddy.
Oh, he's back! Oh man, it's been a while.
So right next
I still
to
have him.
our favorite hag friend will be our other favorite friend, Flint.
Yes.
It's the chain smoking octopus.
Yes, he comes in, there's a big old cloud of smoke, he pops up, and he's like, hey, you bucket of bones, it's me, Flint, nice to meet you. And then he explodes for...
How big of a radius is that effect?
That is...
It might be 5 feet.
5 feet, yeah.
Then it'll just hit her, if that's who you're targeting.
Yep.
Okay.
So, dexterity saving throw. For the lady.
That is a 7.
That's not gonna do it. She takes 4 force damage.
She would take 4 force damage. However, her marionette strings protect her and she takes 0 damage.
Oh,
Dang.
interesting.
What
We
else
have
for
to
you,
kill
Sen?
these people?
Well, probably. That's kind of what it seems to be.
Well, you tried cutting the strings on them, and that didn't do
The
anything.
strings came back, so we have to. No, I didn't attack them though. So we're gonna have to kill these people so the strings go away. These are innocent people.
I mean, one of them did try to whip me.
Yeah, not the marionette strings did.
I know. I
them.
know. There's only so much. we
Anything
can
else
do.
for you, Sentinel?
Oh,
That's
also-
it.
All right.
That's my strength.
This one here is going to go. It's going to whip Darian. Darian, does a 17 hit you?
It ties.
That'll hit.
Ah, close. That will do. Ooh. Chunky dammy. 24 points of psychic damage to you.
jeez.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
That will be that turn. Then this one's going to go and attack you, Arthur.
Understandable.
That is a 23.
That'll hit.
Super good.
And that is going to do 19 points of psychic damage to you.
Okay, I'm gonna do uncanny dodge to have that.
Okay.
So half of 19 would be what, 9? Because we rounded up.
Yes.
Or do we round to 10?
For... 9's fine.
Okay.
Wait, does it specify if it rounds up or down on Uncanny Dodge? It might.
When an attacker hits you, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you, is all it says.
Yeah, I'll just 9's fine.
Wait.
Anything else for you?
Me?
Oh wait, I'm attacking. That's right. I'm sorry.
I got attacked. I can use. Oh, uncanny dodge is a reaction, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that uses
Yeah.
your reaction,
Okay.
so that's it.
I'm dumb. So we'll move to Jamie. Jamie will use one of his spell slots to cast Cure Wounds on Darby.
Are you sure he doesn't want to have Nurse
Darian.
to Darian?
Darian took 24.
Would you
Before
guys just rather have him do it to Darian?
Because
Yeah.
he can have Nurse do it to Darian. He can have Nurse go out and do it because he can
Okay.
count. He can cast.
If
through
you guys
Nurse.
would rather Darian, I will let you strategically.
I'm
Darian
fine
hell.
with that. Yeah, Darian got hit harder than I did.
So let's see. That is 6 points of health.
So we get 6 back. Not bad.
Nice.
Take it.
And then he is going to come out and run over here.
Okay.
So this one's gonna go, and it's going to make an attack at Sentinel.
Sentinel there.
23
What kind of damage?
psychic damage
Dang
for
it.
a big whopping 20 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
Arthur.
So I saw, who was it? Was it Darby who made a ranged attack at her and the marionette strings blocked?
no, it was.
No, Sentinel did
Yeah,
Flint, and when
yeah, it was
Flint
Flint.
exploded, it just covered her to protect her.
Yes. All I did was throw fairy fire.
Does it seem to have damaged the marionette strings? Do they appear like they're like thinning out at
Nope.
all from the damage, or no? It just looks
Nope.
like they're just there forever.
They continue to grow.
We don't really have much of a choice here, Arthur. Or so it would seem.
I'm gonna shoot at her. I don't want to attack these people yet.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll.
You are at advantage
You are.
from fairy fire. Utilize it.
That is going to be 24 to hit.
A 24 will hit, but I will not have you roll damage, as the moment you take your shot, it immediately gets covered up by marionette strings and vanishes.
Well, it does have a second shot because it's repeating now. So,
Does it have a second shot?
I thought so, right? From the
No, so if
Yeah.
you can take 2 attacks, you can shoot it twice.
Oh, that's okay. That's
Yes.
right. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Okay.
The loading property is just you can only load it once
Okay.
per round. So now that it
round.
ignores
Yeah,
loading,
yeah,
you can
if you're
fire
like-
it multiple times.
If you were a
can-
fighter, had a gun, and had this
Yes.
property, you could just
Yes.
keep taking pot
I'm
shots.
gonna take the bonus action dodge then.
Okay, you are dodging. Darian.
And these people are like borderline suffering, at least, right?
So
screwed.
they're
They are
lingering.
screaming in immense terror, pain, sorrow. It's a lot. This music's too hopeful for this battle.
It's so
It is.
incredibly dramatic.
Well, it slowed down there during big moral dilemma time for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, it was. It was good timing.
I guess I will take out the great sword and hit this guy.
Give me an attack roll at advantage.
Yes. Everyone's very fired.
And all the other additional dice I got.
Yep.
Luckily, I have color coordinated die. Okay. Well. Oh, I think my lowest was 28 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Oh boy. Alright, and for damage, I get 2 of these because my favorite foe is elsewhere. Alright. Oh wow. 6, 12, 13, 18 points of damage.
Not bad.
Takes 18 points of damage as you slash into the man. You cut through some of the marionette string. Blood begins to splurt out from his wounds as he begins to scream in pain from the wounds you've just inflicted upon him.
I'm gonna shout out I'm sorry and do it again.
Hit him.
Another big advantage.
Wow, thankfully I had advantage that time. 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
8. And that'll do 9. 17 points of damage.
As you slice him again, the man succumbs to his wounds, and the marionette string vanishes from Endlin. You can actually see her loosen from the top of the ceiling.
Well, guys, looks like we know what we have to do.
Yeah.
People are suffering to begin with, so let's make it quick for them.
All right.
I don't like it, but that's what you got.
Anything else for you, Darian?
Yeah, actually, I will use the rest of my movement to go here, I believe. It's as far
Okay.
as I can go.
This one's gonna go, and it is. I will double check. I believe it can hit you. Will attack Darby.
40-foot range.
That is going to be a 19 to hit you.
That hits.
Hi, Darby.
That will be
Actually, not doing.
19
terrible.
points of psychic damage.
19, still trying to beat a 10. Can I do it? I do actually. They are still
All right.
concentrating.
Fire is still up.
Fairy fire's still going.
That is that turn. Joel is still guarding the two sisters. Is there anything else you guys want to tell him to do? He's still looking for direction.
I don't really want him
I
to
don't want
have
him
to be
doing
in on
this.
this trauma, so
Okay.
stay back, Joel.
Just keep
Endlin
guarding.
will go again. And Endlin is going to attack you once, Darby, and attack Jamie.
Oh, my health is actually correct. So
That is 17 to you, Darby.
that ties, so that hits.
Poor Darby.
I might drop. So I don't
That
know what
is-
Nurse is.
19 points of psychic damage again.
I am down. Fairy fire's gone.
No.
Shoot.
That sucks, dude. We need that advantage. We don't
Yeah,
need
we
it.
do.
Darby, no!
All right, and the next one on Dr. Watts. She rolled a natural 1.
Oh, of
Darby,
course.
death save.
Yep. Here we go. That 20. Here we go. That is a 5.
Ooh.
That's 1 death save.
That's 1 failure.
Sentinel, you are next.
Getting carry here.
I don't think Dr. Watts is super fight. Does Dr. Watts have a 6?
A 6 what?
In initiative.
Yes, I rolled the 3.
I thought he went after me before. Oh, no,
No.
I guess we're Sentinel, yeah.
So Sentinel makes his way around.
Alrighty. Here we go.
Do you want to use Flint?
I will in a little bit, I guess.
Okay.
So that is a 7 plus 7, 14.
That will miss.
Oh well.
Second swing.
And I rolled 2 nat 20s for
Dang.
Definitely hit.
Natural 40.
Yeah.
Wow.
Double dice.
Double dice. That is 20 damage.
20 damage. You hack into the man who looks like a knight at one point. He kind of has like the plate armor. You just bash into his armor. You crash it like a walnut. It just rips into his chest. Blood splatters out. He screams in pain, but he is not dead.
Oh, he is not that. My bad.
And then I think about Flint, and he appears on the man's head, and he
Dex save?
said, "Yeah, dex save."
7 again. But what does he say? What does he say?
What's
He
his funny
says, he's like, you know,
name?
I got explosions on my mind, and you seem to too. And then he blows up and does 5 damage.
He
Dang,
takes 5 damage, or he takes 5 damage, but is still alive.
a lot.
Jeez. Poor guy.
And he's just now his head's like just burned and in just mangled shape. What else for you, Sentinel?
That is it.
All right.
I imagine Flint going, this is kind of morbid, eh?
So this one's gonna attack Jamie with a melee attack, and will surprisingly miss with a 3.
Love to see it.
And then this one, who you just been beating up, Sentinel, will attack you, and will roll a 23.
That is the third 23 you rolled.
I know, it's crazy how that's been coming up today. All right, Sentinel, you are going to take 16 points of psychic damage. And it is going to move you 10 feet that way. With its psychic... Oop, that's the wrong type. I wanted to reveal some areas so you can see more of your guy. There you go. Dr. Watts is going to go, and Dr. Watts is going to cast a Cure Wounds, his last spell slot, on you, Darby,
I
for
appreciate it.
6 damage.
Hey, I'm
For 6
alive.
health.
Yeah.
Wounds hurts you for 6, meaning you
I
lose-
take 6. Yeah,
And he will
I'm a
disengage.
zombie, and I actually take damage from healing.
Not that it matters, he will disengage and go right there. Arthur.
All right, seeing Sentinel fighting this guy, kind of put him out of his misery like Arthur does best. Slide the scimitar forward.
Okay.
That is a Much 17 to hit.
That will tie her. So you hit.
Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. And then since I have a ally next to me, I get
Sneak attack.
sneak attack. Sneak. That's gonna
You
be
actually are just too far away from me.
11. Oh, 3 ones. Wow. 14.
That will be enough to kill him as you slice him down. Blood splatter. The marionette strings loosen, and Endlin loosens from the ceiling. What else for you, Arthur?
Carrying forward, kind of just ignoring what having to do. I'm gonna go 10, 20, and take my second. I'll use my bonus action to take my second scimitar strike at this
Go ahead.
person here. That is just so that'll be 15 to hit.
That'll miss.
Okay.
Unfortunate.
Is that all for you, Arthur?
That is my turn. Action, bonus action, and movement.
Mr. Kipps.
I will yeet around this way. So Arthur took my spot. And then I will
Perfect
shoot the one on the left.
Go ahead, give me a roll.
Uh, 16.
That'll
I think
miss.
that missed.
Yep,
And I
that'll
will
miss.
shoot again.
Oh,
That'll
sorry,
be
good
better. 22, 27.
That'll hit.
11.
Great. 7.
I will say,
Or-
so you know, Darian, I don't know if you did it for the last one, because Endlin is Hunter's Mark, you are also Hunter's Marked on these other two as well.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
so much more damage.
Everything that's applying to her is applying to both of them.
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay. I didn't know that's the last person should have been Hex too.
That'll be 10, 13, 18 points of damage.
They will take 18 points of damage as you pierce them with your arrow. It manages to just find true through the marionette string, stick into them. They let out a yelp, but they are still alive.
Alright, and that'll do it for Darian Kipps.
All right. This one is going to attack Arthur. Brain fart, 21.
Yes, hits.
Super good.
That is going to be 17 points of psychic damage.
Okay. Hellish Rebuke.
Go ahead. Or they need a save, right?
Yes.
Dex?
Yes,
Save for
give me a
half.
sec. Yep. Dexterity.
Natural 20.
Yep. So it'll hit. That'll
21.
save. So let me see.
But they still
what-
take half.
It's gonna be 7 damage, and then I get an extra 1 for Hex. That's another 5. So,
12.
Yes. Thank you. 12 damage.
All right, they take 12 fire damages. You just blast them, and they kind of the marionette strings start burning. Their skin starts burning. Their clothes start burning. And Endlin just kind of seems to be watching this transpire. So that will be their turn. Joel will stay where he is since he is guarding, and she will go and is going to make an attack against Darian Kipps.
Sorry, I rolled 12 total, so they only should have taken 6 damage from
Oh,
it. Not
thank you.
The full 12
That's right.
because they
Yes.
saved.
Thank you.
Yep.
So Darian, here's the first attack.
Owie.
22.
Ooh.
That'll hit.
That is going to be 20 points of psychic damage.
Owie.
And her second attack is going to go against... I'm going to do a random roll here since you're all pretty beat up and you're all doing pretty good damage to her. Sentinel, unfortunately you.
No.
Did you use Reckless last time?
No, because we've had Fairy Fire, so
Fairy Fire got deactivated.
Yeah, that's why he didn't do reckless.
He's just
Didn't
saying
do
he
it.
didn't do
He wasn't
Reckless.
using it because
Gotcha.
of Fairy Fire.
So,
Fairy Fire is
19.
on now.
that hits.
Okay.
You got
Bye
this,
bye,
Sentinel.
Sentinel.
No, he's fine.
18 points of psychic damage.
That's one more than you needed.
Oh no.
That I think is the first time. No, it's the
Sentinel's
second
down.
time. That is the second
Second.
time Sentinel's gone down, according to my count. Though my count is also not very accurate on people
Arby.
going down. Well, I'm using half my movement to get up. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is dust myself off.
And that's his whole turn.
And then I end my turn. No. Then we have steps 3 and 4. 3 is we're hexing her. I will pick strength because why not?
Double
I'm
hex.
doing you now. It's red hex now.
That is fine. And then it's time to start chucking cards. I will pick the one that is closer to me, the one on the left.
Okay, give me a roll.
Oh boy. Natural 20.
That hits.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah, I gotta remember what. Oh my god. Okay, how much
Send
does my
it.
hex do? My hex does a d6, so I get 2d6, 2d10.
Dang.
Hopefully that's good.
Just
Where's my other
send
d10?
it.
Woo! Okay. That is 10 plus 11 is 21 plus 5 is 26 force damage. Well,
Takes 20,
10
26 force.
necrotic. The rest is force.
That's okay. You throw your card. It begins cutting through marionette strings before it sticks to the person. It erupts. This blast. They are still alive though.
That is fine because I have a second card.
Nice.
Alright.
No one was ready for it. Except I've been doing double Eldritch Blast since we hit level 5. That is a... I don't know what math is hard. 16 plus 8 is 24.
That'll hit, and I'm not even gonna make you roll damage because they have 2 HP left, and you
I'm just...
immediately hit them with the second card. They
15.
die, and the marionette strings vanish as Endlin teeters on one final string set that keeps her aloft. Anything else for you, Darby?
I actually think I might lose. But I'll give you one moment to put it on the count. No, I'll stay where I am.
Yeah.
I'm not
Is
gonna
that-
get
no,
to
I
use
need
my
it.
reaction anyways. I'm gonna go down.
I need a death save from you.
A 12.
That's
That's a success. This one is going to attack Arthur, since he seems to be next on the... Well, technically Jamie's next on the count, but he's going to go after Arthur. That is going to be a 24
That'll hit.
for 20 psychic damage.
That's exactly what you needed. I'm down.
No.
Jamie's got his work cut out for him this turn.
Yeah,
Yes, he
Dr.
does.
Watts has 1 healing kit and no spell slots.
I do have my magic flask on me, though.
Yes.
You do have your magic flask on me, so he will go...
Still have a lot of movement.
That is... Oh, that's an action. That sucks. What is his movement? 40 feet?
I think he can get there. Yeah, with mobile.
He can. He will pluck the magic flask off of you, Arthur, and he will administer it. Which I believe a health potion is.
54
Is
plus...
2d4 plus 2.
Thank you. So Arthur, you will get. Well, I rolled like crap. You get 4 HP.
4, that's
Uh,
fine.
4 is more than 0.
Yep.
4 is more than 0. And that
Ooh.
will be.
Down and then I'm up again.
I will also say he used his disengage so he wouldn't get opportunity of attack there
Yeah.
too. So he's good there. That'll be his turn. Arthur.
I don't know if he necessarily needs it. I
Um,
don't remember the mobile functions for that.
How hurt does this person look?
Pretty beat up.
All right. Arthur is going to... It's a bonus action to give somebody a potion?
It's just an item interaction, so you get like one
Okay.
of those for free.
All right. I'm going to move over here. I'm going to pour the second potion of my magic flask into Sentinel's mouth.
Oh, you mean to
And-
administer it? That's
That's
a
an
that's a
action.
full action.
Full action. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
It's commonly house ruled. as a
I'll
bonus
still
action.
do it. I'll still do it. He's
Okay.
debating. He doesn't want to kill any more innocent people. He's having a hard time with this anyway. So I'm gonna give you a. Let's see. Ooh. Double 4. So that's 8 plus 2, 10, full 10 HP.
There you go, Sen.
That's what you
Nice.
do from a normal potion.
Great.
Anything else for you, Arthur?
I will attempt to help Sentinel up, so he doesn't have to spend his movement on his turn to do so. If that's okay.
I would count that as an action, which you've already.
Okay. All right. Never mind then.
Bonus
I'm
action
just
dodge.
hit.
Bonus action dodge.
There you go, Mr. Cat.
Alright, I am
About
going
to take control of your character. You didn't use it. So.
I'm gonna fire an arrow
I
at the
appreciate it.
last marionette lady.
Go ahead.
Dang. 28 to hit.
That hits.
Dang, 28.
It was one off from a nat 20.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I
That's
was like,
big boy energy.
I was like, geez, 28 is an oof. I wish I could. I can only hit a 28 if I nat 20.
18 points of damage.
Ooh.
Takes 18 points of damage as you cock your final bow or arrow at it, destroying the person as it strikes them in the throat and kills them. The last of the marionette strings give way as Endolin is only held up by a thread of a few marionette strings that cannot hold her weight. Finally, you hear those strings stretch and creak and crack and finally begin to break one by one as she struggles to hold on to them with her big clawed skeletal hands. And finally, as the last one go, Endolin plunges into the machinery below, and as she strikes the electric field, you begin to watch as she screams in agony as her entire body begins to get disintegrated in the swirling movements of the contraption, the electrical energy that is coursing through it, tearing her body limb from limb until there is nothing but dust that remains, and Endolin Moongrave is no more.
Dang.
Perfectly with the
Whoa.
music.
Yeah.
That did actually work perfect.
Darby
Well, there's no
is-
head for us to collect, but
But we have the statue one we can go back and
Yeah,
grab.
we can go get that
You
one if
do.
we really want. I don't know if Jamie wants to carry that on his belt though. That's probably pretty heavy.
whoa. I thought we were gonna have to like fight her more. I'm so happy we don't.
I am going to collapse up against the wall.
Yeah. Arthur will go
Fall
down.
down.
Do the full like dad is exhausted, hands
Yeah.
on knees pose.
How does Darian feel the moment she dies?
The moment she passes Darian, the final valve has been sealed. You may increase all 6 of your base stats by +2 more.
Jeez.
However, there is no longer any satiating your Fey hunger. You need to feed. You need to feed as much as possible, and eventually it will drive you insane.
Oh boy.
Who knows?
Well, we need to solve that.
We need to deal with that quickly. I have
I'm gonna
no spell
immediately
slots.
start eating a Fey biscuit.
You eat a
Overcome
Fey,
with an
you
insane
eat the
amount
Fey
of-
biscuit. For a moment, it's like the most delicious thing you've ever eaten. And for a moment, it satiates you, and within like a minute, you're hungry again.
Oh boy.
It's not like rage-inducing like when you were eating Cappy, when Jamie stole your food, but it will very quickly grow to that.
Gotcha.
I'm going to slowly inch over to the other side.
Joel and the two sisters will do it as well, and they're kind of like, "Is everyone okay?"
Not particularly.
You all fought so valiantly, though. What happened to her? We didn't see. We just saw that she fell down the pit. Is she still down there? And they kind of are looking down, and they just see this machinery there, but no sign of Endolin.
Nothing about that was valiant. Having to kill tortured souls or end the lives of tortured souls to bring her down is not valiant fighting.
I guess I can understand that. We thank you for everything that you did for us. As does Dandelion, thank you as well. Good to be rid of one more hag, regardless of the means that needed to come to those ends. I'm sorry you're the ones that had to endure that, but somebody did. Now then, I believe that I owe you guys a bit of a reward for what you have done here. And now that you have obtained all 3 of the hag's powers, so you claim, you should be able to use their magic to enter the Palace of Heart's Desire. You let me know when you'd like to go, and I will take us there. I do not know what you will find in that palace, though. It has been a long while since I have been in there.
You seem to know or have wisdom beyond your years. Do you have any inclination as to what can help what ails my friend over there? And I'm gonna report to Darian.
Perhaps Queen Zatina might know. She is incredibly powerful when it came to magic. She knew a lot of spells.
She knew a lot of medicine. Was a kind soul. If anyone can help him, it would be her.
Well, sounds like we'll have to go talk to her.
All roads point to her, but
Probably
we
sooner
can't
rather
go
than
right
later.
now.
I agree. Sooner rather
Preferably,
than
but
later.
I
Rest.
can barely stand.
Let's rest and then.
Might I recommend not resting here? I do not want to see what may happen when some of Enderlin's minions find out what has become of her. Though, after seeing what we saw down there with the contraption and those people that were marionettes, I begin to question exactly who was real and who was just part of the machine, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't disagree with you, Dan. I think we should get out of here as well.
I agree.
Gleam and Glimmer kind of take each other's hands and say, "We're gonna leave this place and try and get to safety. And we wish all of you the best of luck with what you're doing. And thank you for helping us.
Thank you for your help.
If you ever get yourselves back to the Witchlight Carnival, or, I mean, if we make it back to the carnival, maybe we'll see you there again someday."
Well, we do know that I think to the south there are a series of beacons that if you light them, will take you to where you want to go. So you should be able to get back to the carnival that
Oh,
way.
perfect. Come on, Glimmer, let's go. Thank you so much. We owe you such a debt. And they begin to take off towards the stairs. Dandelion kind of wipes his petals. I believe it is my place to go with those ladies and make sure they make it to safety. Takes his rapier and he cuts a hole, pulls back a portal. If you step through there, it'll take you right on to the Palace of Heart's Desire's gate. You should be safe to rest right outside there. But once you cross into that gate, there ain't gonna be much anyone can do for you.
It's been a pleasure,
Okay.
Dan.
Works.
It has been a pleasure for me, too. And remember, Dandelion does not make love. Dandelion makes friends. And he turns around and begins leaving towards the stairs.
Wait, Dandelion, before you go,
So
Yes.
good.
you make sure that they get to their homeland safely. I believe it's called Secondes.
I do not understand what you are getting at. What is the Secondes?
Secondes nuts, Dandelion. Secondes nuts.
Dandelion will remember that. And Dandelion will tag you back someday.
Darby feels the cold, the feeling of cold steel press against the base of his skull.
I felt that before. Familiar. Strangely.
And
He deserved
Dandelion
it, Arthur.
leaves towards the stairs, leaving you to the portal to the Palace of Heart's Desire.
We step through.
I jump
As-
into the machine. Oh.
As the group steps through into the palace, you see it emerge dreamlike from clouds. A great marble tower ringed by delicate spires casts its shadow over the rooftops below. Another tower teeters nearby, torn from its foundation and held aloft by coiled beanstalks. Monstrous vines cling to the palace walls and choke the camaraderie of rock on which it perches. Hundreds of birds burst forth from their canopy of an ancient forest below you and scatter in all directions. Moments later, a much more fearsome creature erupts from the woods, a sinew, pale green dragon that takes to the sky and flies towards the palace. Its mighty wings carry it to great heights. Once above the palace, it drops like a stone and vanishes from sight behind the walls. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Jabberwock.
Ooh.
Gonna be real
Oh
interesting.
man, we did it.
Now we have a psychopath in our group named
Good.
Darian.
Oh
Ticking
yeah.
time bomb.
Literally waiting to eat me alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
gonna
will
be
be
fun
standing
times.
far away from Darian until this is all over.
Hooray.
Now, Ethan, I have a
Great.
question for you.
Yes.
Do we want any of my stats to exceed 20?
Yes.
Okay. My lowest stat is 18.
My gosh.
My highest
OP
stat
player.
is 24, giving me a +7 to strength.
Oh my gosh.
I was wondering,
is-
like, how are you hitting with your attacks are? That's because you have the super plus.
It is
To everything.
super buff.
This is
I
not
had to sit there and
sustainable.
like do a lot of math because I have +10 to hit right now, and then my bow does +8 damage. Same with my greatsword, like it's just so much.
Same.
That's crazy.
Well, I hope everyone enjoyed that session. We made it through
That
Yano too,
was-
surprisingly.
Yeah.
That
I
was
went really long. I
fun.
apologize for taking
Yes.
everyone so late tonight, but
That was a very solid.
Okay.
The play and then into the like unique boss fight, like
Yes.
that was so
Very
good.
cool
This
boss
was
no,
fight.
such
I
a good
came up with that
session.
whole boss fight myself. That was not from
Did
the book.
you?
I just built that.
Very, very cool.
Oh
I
hell
was
yeah!
super I was like, the last fight was a little like weaker compared to the first fight, and I wanted to like go out with a bang. So I'm like, I'm gonna try to make a gimmick fight that might make you have to figure out the gimmick. So I'm glad that worked out so well.
One thing that I think was really successful with this fight is it wasn't like we were missing nonstop. The marionettes had a decent amount of HP to, for the most part, survive one turn of attack, but they also dealt good damage.
Yeah.
So it made it really, really close, and it was very action-packed. I think it made the fight quicker than just missing back and forth, but I think that
Yeah.
made it way more intense.
Definitely.
Very much a fan
Oh,
of that.
there's
fight.
and there's also that moral dilemma of
Yeah.
like, do we have to
Yes.
do this type thing? I'm trying to figure out another way. It's very Hag-esque in that way.